Now, we in the building, bro. Let's get it, man. Everybody smash that like button. Share this video or this live stream if you can. Drop a comment when you get in the building. We cooking tonight, bro. I got these picks I gotta give y'all. Then right after the picks, we getting straight to the action. Hey man, look. Last week I wasn't impressed with my performance, but we still got the dub. I might just put on the best performance in TKO debate series history tonight. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all know I don't just be saying shit. I done studied. I'm prepared. And I think there's no way out for Jay Chestnut tonight. We got KQKC coming through to moderate the debate tonight. We got Dub Right Side coming through to judge the debate tonight. We got Get the Smoke coming through to judge the debate tonight. And my brother, BFTV Boxing, is coming through to judge the debate tonight. I promise y'all I don't want to miss it, bro. I just hope my brother Jay Chestnut don't get starstruck, man. I hope you come prepared, ready to do your thing, and come with some good arguments, bro. My shit thorough. Oh, and we're gonna try to get all our picks. We've been on the roll with the picks lately too. We're gonna try to get all our picks right. It's tough this week. I'm picking some upsets this week, so you know. If we right, we make a bunch of money. If we wrong, we lose. But I'm trying to be right. Because I think the bookies got some shit wrong this weekend, man. Get them likes up, run them likes up, drop a comment. Let me know you in here, bro. Hey, I know what's crazy. I'm undefeated, but I'm still hungry like I'm not undefeated, bro. Like I still want to strive for something like I got something to prove to somebody, bro. So I'm proving a point tonight, dog. I am that guy when it comes to this boxing talk shit, bro. That's what we trying to prove tonight. But let me turn this camera off. Let me turn the camera on. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that popping. What's good? We got the red wine. You know what I'm saying? We'll be starting the debate in about 55 minutes. But I got to do these picks first. And we got to get straight to the roll call and straight to the picks because we cramming it all in. The TKO prediction show and the TKO debate series in one night. And I'm going to shine at both of them. Yeah. Both. With an F. Both of them. You understand what I'm saying? Ray Patterson, what's good? Rojai, what's up with it? Mansa Musa Lifestyle in the building. What's good? Opulent LD TV. Got his channel going. Shout out to Opulent. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. G Parker, what's good? Darrell Deloach, Thrill Hill, Flawless Mentality in the building. Leon Robinson in the building. What's up, Leon? I'm going to argue like you. They going to ask me to join the damn law school, Leon, tonight. Leon, they going to ask me to join the law school tonight, bro. They going to be like, hey, man, can you quit your job? You argue so well. We need you to join the law school. We cooking tonight. Josh Sanders, what's good? Excuse me. What's good with you? Cassandra, what's up with you? ABZ713. What's popping, bro? PGH Big Dog in the building. My beautiful wife in the building. What's up, baby? We got Omega Red and slid up in here. OTB in the building. What's good with it, OTB? What's good with it? Lori Reed and came through. She said, who talking about Tank? Who talking about Tank? Somebody talking about Tank? Who talking about Tank? Y'all better not be tripping on Tank. I got him, Lori. I got him tonight. Don't worry. I got him. It's easy work. Easy work. We got James in the building. What's good, James? Who else we got, man? Who else? Oh, my brother Kyle from the boxing section. What's up, bro? Shout out to Kyle. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. Check out what he got going on over there, man. Check out what he got going on. Todd Swindle, what's good with you? What's popping with you, Todd? Who else we done got slid up through the back door? My brother right side is up in here. What's up, bro? What's up with it, man? Shout out to you. Quee done slid up in the building. What's good with it, Quee? What's good with it, Quee? The right side be like, man, I'm gonna kill your ass, fuck your whole family. You a punk ass nigga. Respectfully, bro. I mean no disrespect. Like, bro, stop putting respectfully at the end of your damn disrespect, man. He be like, he get mad about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford and shit. He get mad about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. He be like, man, fuck both of them, man. Fuck both of them. Fuck all of them. Fuck the PBC. I don't care about none of them. Forget all of them, man. They all some hoes, man. Respectfully, of course, respectfully. Like, bro, stop doing that shit, man. But let's get to it, bro. We gotta get straight to the picks. Crush, what's good with it, Crush? We gotta get straight to the picks, cause I got some food on my plate. that I gotta eat a little bit later, man. I really do. Bro. But let's just we going straight at it. We going straight at it because I got so much to do, man. I'm gonna start with. We want an easy one. I'm looking for an easy one. Oh, there go one. Frank Sanchez, Carlos Negron. This is on the PBC card. Frank Sanchez is a minus 3,000 favorite. Carlos Negron, you right on time, TJ. Salute. Carlos Negron is plus 1,000. Negron out of Puerto Rico, 6'6", 83-inch reach, 34 years old. He's an orthodox fighter, 25 wins, 3 losses, 20 wins by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out 3 times. He got a nice left hook. He can counter punch a little bit. He has some good power, but his gas tank look like it depletes very, very fast. Smoke, what up? And he's a plotter. He ain't got no kind of foot movement. Frank Sanchez, excellent movement for a heavyweight. Really good defense, really elusive. He's explosive. He's athletic. He's powerful. Got really good boxing skills as Frank Sanchez. I question the aggression and the dog of Frank Sanchez. Like with his, like he is too passive for my liking, bro. Like Frank Sanchez will put your ass to sleep. He will put you to sleep if you allow him to. You know what I'm saying? So I like after fighting guys like F.A. or Jogba, like Carlos Negron, like this is a step down for F.A. Frank should be able to take care of this. Very, very good. Ancestral Rage, what up? So I want to see Frank Sanchez. Like winning, that's not enough for me, bro. I need you to step on the gas. I need you to put punches together, running around the ring, firing off a counter shot, then running around the ring again, bro, throwing like 10 shots per round, landing 4 of them. Nah, bro. I can't with that, Frank. So I got Frank Sanchez to win. I need him to win by stoppage, though. Carlos Negron is at a huge deficit in speed. He's at a huge deficit in boxing skills. He can't move with Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez ought to be able to walk him in the shit at will, bro. He need to walk him in the shit at will for me to be impressed. And even then, I'm gonna be like, you just did that shit to somebody that, you know what I'm saying, we knew you would do that too. But I got Frank Sanchez clearly in that fight. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's do let me see. What's another one? Because a lot of these is hard today, bro. A lot of these is hard. Let's do another easy one. 40 people in the building, smash the like button. Let's do another easy one. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. We're going to do another easy one real quick. Devin is a minus 900 favorite, minus 190 for the decision, plus 210 for the knockout. George Kambosos is a plus 500 and plus 1,200 for either a knockout or a decision. Kambosos is 29 years old, out of Australia, 5'9", 68-inch reach, orthodox fighter, 20 wins, 1 loss. You know, I mean, 1 loss, and he got 10 knockouts. This is for the 135-pound undisputed champion. In a championship of the world. I was reading TJ Cummings. He got me all messed up, man. Then you got Devin Haney, 23 years old, orthodox fighter, 5'8", 71-inch reach, fighting out of Cali, 28 wins, no losses. He has 15 knockouts. Look, man, George Kambosos, he does have fast hands. What's up, Mr. Mechanical? He got fast hands. He's tough, but he got bad feet, and he couldn't find his way on the inside against Devin Haney in the first fight. He had huge problems breaking that distance, and that's because Devin got a great jab. He got good distance control. He moves around the ring well, very defensively responsible. Devin don't fight on the inside, though. When George Kambosos did have moments where he got in, Devin just did the smart thing, hurried up, tied him up. But Devin Haney, good with his distance, one of the better jabs in the division and better jabs in boxing. And like we were talking about yesterday, I want to see him turn it up a little bit. Now that you shared the ring with Kambosos 12 rounds, you know his speed, you know what he got, you know what he don't got. If your ring IQ is what we all believe Devin Haney's ring IQ to be, I ain't saying he got to knock out, got to get the knockout, even go for the knockout, but I do want to see that right hand more. I want to see that lead right hand more. I want to see more counter punching. I don't want to see you just making Kambosos miss. I want to see you make them miss and make them pay a lot more. Pick them apart. And if you stop them, you stop them. So I am looking for Devin Haney to win a wide unanimous decision. Teach, what up? Somewhere along the lines of just like last time, 10 rounds to 2, 11 rounds to 1, at worst 9 rounds to 3. But I don't think George Kambosos has anything for Devin Haney, because George Kambosos can't successfully break the distance. He's not powerful enough. His head movement isn't good enough. He's not explosive enough to close the distance quickly. He doesn't have a good enough jab to out-jab Devin Haney to find his way inside. He's just at a deficit, and I think Devin Haney will win a wide unanimous decision again in that fight. Let's keep it moving, though, man. Let's keep it moving. Caleb Plant, Anthony Darrell. Caleb Plant, Anthony Darrell, 12-round super middleweight fight. Caleb Plant is a minus 1,000 favorite. I think those odds are way too wide. Plus 160 to get the knockout, minus 175 for the decision. It's like I said, 12-round super middleweight fight. Darrell is a plus 600, plus 1,000 to get the knockout. Sheena, I see you. Teach, I see you. What's good with y'all, man? Salute to everybody in the building. Please hit the like button as you come in. And he's a plus 1,600 to get the decision. Is Anthony Darrell. Leon say he got Plant. Rojai says Plant by split decision. Darrell is 34 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. Orthodox fighter. 6'2", 74.5-inch reach out of Michigan, 37 years old, 25 wins by way of knockout. He been knocked out one time. Then you got Caleb Plant, 21 wins, 1 loss, 12 knockouts, and he been knocked out one time, obviously, in his most recent fight against Canelo Alvarez. Anthony Darrell is a gamer, bro. He's a gamer. You put him in there with Kyron Davis, you put him there with Abner Yildirim, he like, he looks suspect. But you put him in there with David Benavidez, he gonna fight his ass off. He gonna compete. If the higher the competition, the more that he's at a deficit, the more that he's considered a underdog, then the dog comes out. Got a green, say he got Darrell. You make some money, plus 600. Put 100 down, you win 600. If you think he's gonna get the decision, plus 1,600. Put 100 down, you win 1,600. If you think he's gonna get the knockout, got a green, plus 1,000. Put 100 down, you win 1,000. So if you're right, you can make some money. But Anthony Darrell does everything pretty good. He's an absolute dog. The issue I see with him is that he just tries to block your shots. When you start throwing combinations, he'll block your shots. He doesn't really throw a lot in between shots. And he is there to kind of his feet aren't what they used to be. So he's kind of stationary, an easy target when he goes into that high guard, but he is durable. He is somebody that can take a good shot. So he's going to really test Caleb Plant. It's a good first fight back for Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant has average power. He's very athletic, has fast hands. The shoulder roll does work well for him when he's not tired, but he does have a gas tank issue. Caleb Plant can counter punch, has a nice jab, very fast, but when that gas tank starts depleting, round 6, round 7, round 8, he slows down because he is a fighter that depends on being quick, being athletic, relying on my head movement. I got my hands down. I'm relying on my foot movement. I'm relying on my reflexes. But when you get tired, it's about your technique, and it's about how much skills you have. And he does have good skills, but he's not fundamental with them. You know what I'm saying? He relies a lot on his athleticism, does Caleb Plant. Now, for this fight, I kind of alluded to it yesterday. For Anthony Darrell to win, he got to make it close early. He got to put doubt in Caleb Plant early, invest to the body early, understanding that the game plan needs to be to just keep the fight close and then try to turn up later on in the fight when Caleb Plant gas tank starts to deplete, when those reflexes aren't as fast, when he can't move around the ring as much. That's what Canelo Alvarez was able to do. For Caleb Plant, get off to a big lead. You got to get yourself a cushion. You got to know yourself as a fighter. You got to know that for some reason, no matter how hard you train, he ain't never miss weight. He always looked like he in great shape. Something always seems to be missing on the back half of the fight when it comes to Caleb Plant. What's up, Zach? I see you, bro. Something always seems to be missing with him, bro. No matter what you say, no matter what, how hard he trained, the back half of the fight is his kryptonite. So you got to know that about yourself. And he got to get off to a big lead. He needs to be winning this fight at minimum 4 rounds to 2, 5 rounds to 1 halfway through the fight. Outbox Anthony Darrell early, get his confidence going, make it a very uneventful fight early. Do not mix it up. If he gets to mixing it up early, it could spell trouble for him. Not to say he can't win that type of fight. We saw him do very well against Uzcategui, but he needs to get out to it early and turn this and get off to a good start early and turn this into a boxing match, does Caleb Plant. So with all that being said, I do think that Anthony Darrell, if this fight was 2 or 3 years ago, if he was 34, 35 years old, I'd give him a better shot. But I can't get out of my mind how he looked against Kyron Davis. And then after Kyron Davis, they put him in there with Marcus Hernandez, who already had 4 losses. And he got a nice highlight reel knockout. But I just think that Anthony Darrell, the better part of his career is behind him. I think Caleb Plant's youth at 30 years old, his freshness, having some time out of the ring, about a year. I think Caleb Plant's going to be the fresher fighter. I think he does get off to that good start. And I think he wins a competitive, unanimous decision that doesn't get competitive until late. I think it's about 8 rounds to 4, 9 rounds to 3 in favor of Caleb Plant. I expect the scorecards to be like 116 and 112, where you can probably say Anthony Darrell probably won 3 of the last 5 rounds. You know, something like that, where he turned up late, but Caleb Plant had built such a lead that he was able to, you know, just kind of coast to a victory. So I got Caleb Plant in that fight by unanimous decision. All right. Let's do a toss-up fight. Let's do a toss-up fight. This fight will be in the afternoon. This is going to be on DAZN. Liam Paro versus Brock Jarvis. A lot of money to be made here if you can get this one right. This is a 12-round super lightweight fight. They fighting at 140 pounds. Liam Paro is a minus 220. Brock Jarvis is a plus 180. Liam Paro is 26 years old. He's a southpaw. He's 5'8.5", 71-inch reach, fighting out of Australia. 22 wins, no losses, with 13 wins by way of knockout. Then you got Brock Jarvis, 5'9", 68.5-inch reach, 24 years old, fighting out of Australia as well. He's an orthodox fighter, 20 wins, no losses, 18 wins by way of knockout. Liam Paro has good enough power to keep people off of him. He has a nice 1-2. He's good when you allow him to box from a distance. If you crowd him, he likes to hold a lot. Not to say that he can't fight inside, because I have seen him throw hooks on the inside, try to do some work on the inside, but he's much more comfortable when you allow him to kind of have his distance and be able to just box you. He's somebody that does need a lot of space. And his feet are slow, but he knows how to move around the ring. So he's not athletic. He ain't jumping back, jumping forward, pivoting off to the side, pivoting off to the other side. He's not doing all that. But he knows how to place his feet. He knows how to get out of trouble. And he has a pretty good defense, high guard, but not parrying, not really a lot of head movement, but just a good, solid, fundamental, fringe kind of world-class fighter. You know, one of those guys at 140 that probably won't ever be a champion. Probably won't be a champion, but he can go rounds with champions. Probably won't be a champion, but if you're an overrated prospect, if you're somebody that is not world-class, what's up with it, Key? Then he can probably get you. You know what I'm saying? But Liam Paro is a good fighter. Then you got Brock Jarvis. He's explosive and athletic. He's come up a lot of weight classes in a short period of time. I saw TJ bring up that great point. He started his career at a much lower weight class, but he's been growing and growing and growing, and now he's making his debut at 140. He's really good inside with taking different angles, pivoting here, boom, right hand to the body, pivoting over there, boom, left hand to the body. High work rate, will smother you. Very, very quick and athletic and explosive. Defense is lacking. In his last fight, his debut on DAZN, he got rocked. He got hurt, okay? He recovered, but that fight could have possibly been stopped because he did look like he got knocked through the damn ropes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. At the very least, they should have scored it a knockdown. But hey, man, DAZN see something in him. DAZN really want to push him, so that fight went on. That was in the second round. He ended up taking that fight back over, and he ended up doing really, really good work. And he got the stoppage. I thought that he did have the dude hurt that he stopped, but I thought the fight could have continued because Brock Jarvis was far more hurt in the second round than the guy that he was fighting was hurt in the fifth round. But he is looking to be inside with you. He want to be head to head, chest to chest. Let's see who can be the better inside fighter. But he's explosive, raw, powerful. There's a reason he has a 90% KO percentage. So what is this fight gonna come down to? It's the explosiveness and the athleticism and the inside fighting of Brock Jarvis versus the technical ability and the skills and the better at mid-range of Liam Paro. So who do you think, what it comes down to when you say who you picking, who do you think is going to have the fight fought on their terms? Do you think that Brock Jarvis will find his way inside and be able to turn this into a brawl or an inside fight? Or do you think Liam Paro will catch him coming in, use his jab, keep him at a distance where he can outbox him and outthink him? Or can Brock Jarvis, like I said, turn this into a workman type of fight where it's inside, they dogging it out? For me, bro, like I want to pick Brock Jarvis. He's young and he's raw and he's athletic. And so I'm going to pick Brock Jarvis. Like, I got Brock Jarvis in the fight. A lot of people are picking Liam Paro, but I just think Brock Jarvis going to find his way inside. And the guy that's training him, I forget his name. They say he's an Australian boxing legend. I admittedly don't know a lot about Australian boxing, but I would think if somebody like that is training you, they taking a liking to you, they see something in you. And so with that being said, bro, I just like Brock Jarvis's style. And I think Liam Paro, albeit a very good fighter, I don't think he's good enough to keep somebody like Brock Jarvis, who is more explosive, who is more athletic, to keep him from fighting his fight. I think Liam Paro might start off being very, in control of the fight. But I think Brock Jarvis may just throw caution to the wind. As a young fighter that never lost before, he gonna come and he gonna try to do everything he can to make it a scrap. And if he finds his way inside, and if it turns into a power punching matchup, he gonna most definitely have the advantage. And so I'm going with Brock Jarvis. I'm rolling with Brock, bro. I'm rolling with Brock. One Tyson Fury, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm rolling with Brock in the fight. I got Brock Jarvis by unanimous decision. I could see a late stoppage in here, but I'm gonna give Paro the respect of saying that he undefeated. He gonna go the distance, but I think Brock Jarvis is gonna get the W in this fight. Let's go to Gary Antonio Russell versus Emmanuel Rodriguez. This is another good one. Bro. Gary Antonio Russell is only a -220 favorite, and Emmanuel Rodriguez is a +180. This is a 12-round bantamweight fight. They fought before, but it had to be a no contest because they had a headbutt in like the first or second round, and that shit got called a no contest. So they running it back. Gary Antonio Russell's 29 years old, southpaw, 5'7", 67-inch reach. Fighting out of the DMV. 19 wins, no losses, 12 wins by way of knockout. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 30 years old, out of Puerto Rico, 5'6" with a 66.5-inch reach. Orthodox fighter, 20 wins, 2 losses, with 13 wins by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out 1 time. Y'all get the likes up as well, please. King D, I see you. Salute to everybody in the building. We will be getting the debate started in about 35 minutes. We running down these picks right now. Then we get into the action, man. We're going to see what it do. You know what I mean? But for Emmanuel Rodriguez, look, man, he is a good boxer. He can counter punch well, specifically with his right hand. Double zeros, what up? He has good punch variation. Not a whole lot of lateral movement, not a whole lot of slips, not a whole lot of head movement. Head is on the line. But he does need to bring his left hand up. I'm debating being boxing news. Me versus Jay Chestnut, Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson. We starting in about 30 minutes, man. We're about to get it popping. D-Man Jr., what up? And so Emmanuel Rodriguez, very good offensively. Defense is lacking. Defense is what got him stopped against Monster anyway. Defense is something that he needs to work on. Now, he has another loss against Raymart Gaballo. I thought he won that fight. To be perfectly honest with y'all. It was a competitive fight, but I thought Emmanuel Rodriguez did outbox him. But he's a good boxer, a really good test for Gary Antonio Russell. A really, really, really good test for Gary Antonio Russell. Best dad ever say, getting ready for another snooze fest Saturday night. Man, don't do Dev like that. You got so many other fights that you could watch, man. But don't worry, tonight, best dad ever, I'm cooking. I'm cooking tonight, man. We rocking with Tank. We got a Tank and Shakur debate tonight in about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna do my thing, bro. Hey, yeah, Omega say debate one side. Only KO is talking. It's starting in 30 minutes. I gotta do the picks, bro. I gotta get through the picks. The fans corner. What up, man? Got to get through the picks. Everybody else, y'all come in, smash the like button. Debate starting in 30 minutes. We running down the weekly picks right now. And so, yeah, for Gary Antonio Russell, he can counter punch. Nice right hook. All them Russell brothers, bro, they right hooks, nasty. All of them. The right hooks from that southpaw position, nasty. He's defensively responsible, and he got dog in him, bro. They all got dog in him. Like, he nasty and mean on the inside. He nasty and mean on the inside. He don't really move a whole lot. He did have a knee injury in his last fight. I think his knee is better. He said he had a great camp, so we're going to take him on his word for that. I think matching these two fighters up is a great matchup because if Gary Antonio Russell is who his fans think he is, then he should beat somebody like Emmanuel Rodriguez with all the holes that Emmanuel Rodriguez has defensively with Gary Antonio Russell's hand speed. I think that Gary Antonio Russell should win this fight. And so I'm going to pick him to win this fight. I got the favorite in this, and I think he'll win a decision. He does have power, but I mean, Emmanuel Rodriguez, he only been stopped by Monster anyway, the hardest puncher in the division. So somebody else going to have to do it for me to pick it, like, and put my money on it. I think Gary Antonio Russell wins a decision. I think it'll be a competitive fight. I think, 8 rounds to 4, maybe even 7 rounds to 5. But I think Gary Antonio Russell will win simply because they'll probably be even in mid-range. They probably both had their moments at mid-range. But when they get in close, I think the tenacity, the aggressiveness, the relentlessness, and the dog of Gary Antonio Russell and his unwillingness to clinch, bro. Like, he don't want to clinch. Emmanuel Rodriguez will welcome a clinch, and while he clinching, Gary Antonio Russell will be scoring. So I think that inside work will be the difference in the fight. And so I'm going with Gary Antonio Russell by decision, 8 rounds to 4, maybe even 7 rounds to 5, 116 to 112 on a couple of scorecards, maybe 115 to 113 on the other. Wouldn't even be surprised at a split decision, depending upon what type of work the judges like more. But I think Gary Antonio Russell will edge it out. Let's keep it going. 88 people now in the building. They seated it, or 91 now. Y'all seated is getting closer to debate time, and you're coming in. Debate is starting in 30 minutes, bro. We got a few more picks we got to do. I see my daughter Jada in the building, my daughter Nivea in the building. Salute, sweeties. We got a couple more picks we got to do, and then we are getting it popping, bro. Just a few more picks, and then we getting it popping. So y'all stay tuned, because I'm putting on the show tonight, bro. Let me see here. Okay, DJ Black Charm Music. What's up, bro? Salute to you. Smash the like button. 100 people in here, 75 likes. Smash the like button. You right on time, St. Louis. We about to get it started. Debate starts in 30 minutes, man. Now, you good, Dominic. You good. Everybody good. I know what y'all here for, but you need to be here for the picks, because y'all see that prediction record. We've been eating lately. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We've been eating lately, bro. We've been eating lately. But let's get to it. So what we got left? I got to do the Wilder. I got the ladies, Michelle Rivera. Oh yeah, I got the ladies I gotta do. And I got these. I did all of these. Oh no, I got the Maloney's. I ain't did the Maloney's yet. Damn, I got a lot. I gotta do, man. Let's go ahead and knock out these Maloney brothers, man. Let's knock out these Maloney brothers picks, man. He said, I'm trying to hear these picks. I got you, bro. Where they go? There they go. All right, bet. I already did some of them. I did Caleb Plant, King D. I got Caleb Plant. I did Frank Sanchez. I got Frank Sanchez in that fight. I just did the Gary Antonio one, King D. I got Gary Antonio in that. The only one I ain't did was Deontay Wilder and Helenius. And then I ain't did I haven't done the Michelle Rivera or the Vito Milnicki. I'm doing those 2 fights too. They kind of give me fights though. I ain't gonna hold you. TJ say I got both Maloney brothers already. Listen, man. We got Andrew Maloney versus Norberto Jimenez. 10-round super flyweight fight. They fighting at 115 pounds. Minus 225 for Maloney. Plus 185 for Jimenez. Maloney is 31 years old. Orthodox fighter. 5'5" Tay. I see you. What's up? 5'5" with a 65-inch reach, fighting out of Australia. Then you got Maloney's 24 wins, 2 losses, with 16 wins by way of knockout. You got Jimenez plus 185, as I said, 5'6", 68-inch reach, fighting out of Dominican Republic, Orthodox fighter, 31 years old, 31 wins, 9 losses, 6 draws, 16 wins by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out 4 times. I am not gonna lie to y'all, bro. The Maloney brothers are twins, and when you break down these fights, I think they got the wrong odds for the wrong brother. I think somebody made a mistake. And it's too late to correct their shit with me because I already placed my bets. I think somebody made a mistake. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. But Andrew Maloney is a great body puncher. He's very good inside. He's a busy fighter, moves well in the ring, very compact, high guard. He relies more on his feet for defense. Ain't a whole lot of slips and pulling back and rolling with shots. And, you know, he'll parry a little bit, but he's high guard and using his feet for his defense, but very good on the inside with his hooks, uppercuts on the inside. Nice little 1-2 from distance. His 2 losses came to Joshua Franco, and y'all know Joshua Franco can really, really, really fight. Norberto Jimenez, look, he leans heavy over his front foot. He got okay power. He got a high guard with no head movement. Goes to the body very nice, but he rarely throws in between your shots. He's a your turn, my turn fighter. So I'm going to go into my high guard while you throwing your shit. Then when you get done throwing your shit, I'm going to throw my shit. Then I'm going to go back into my high guard. Very rarely, you know, I'm going to get off the line, throw my right hand while you throw your right hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to slip and throw a left hook while you throwing your shit. Like, he don't do a lot of that. I'm surprised that they got this shit so close. I think if Jimenez had a better jab, I think if Jimenez didn't lean so heavy over his front foot and wasn't so open for uppercuts, if he was a better inside fighter, then I could see the eyes. But in this one, I do not see it, bro. I don't see it at all. I got Andrew Maloney by a wide unanimous decision, possibly even a knockout in this fight, stopping Norberto Jimenez if he really turn up on him. And then, you know, if he get him hurt, if he get him buzzed, they fighting in Australia. And so if he get him hurt, get him buzzed, you can't be surprised with an early stoppage. With the ref waving that shit off early. You can't be surprised with that. So I got Andrew Maloney. I go to late stoppage. About round 8, round 9. Round 8, round 9. We'll go with Maloney. Jason Maloney. Our next fight. Jason Maloney versus Nawakafon Kaka. Shit. Nawapapon is what I'm going to call him. Out of Thailand. It's a 12-round bantamweight fight. They got Jason Maloney as a minus 900 favorite. They got Nawapon as a plus 550 underdog. Nawapon is 31 years old, out of Thailand, 5'5" orthodox fighter. Jason Maloney is 31 years old, also out of Australia. Orthodox fighter, 5'5" with a 65-inch reach. Jason Maloney is 24 wins, 2 losses with 19 knockouts, and he been knocked out 1 time. Nawapon, Rick Timms, what up? Is 56 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 46 wins coming by way of knockout. And he been knocked out 1 time. That was 5.5 years ago, back in 2017, all the way down at flyweight at 112 pounds. Nawapon is currently on a 20-fight win streak, and he's knocked out 18 of his last 20 opponents. He has been extremely active, had a lot of fights in 2021, and been very busy in 2022. His 1 draw that he got was the very first fight of his career. So his very first fight of his career, he got a draw. Then he won like 30-something fights in a row. Then he lost. Then he won like 20 fights in a row. And his 1 draw came against Rungvisai. He fought Rungvisai in his very first professional fight and fought him to a draw. But this dude is patient. He got fast hands, slow feet. But he cuts the ring off well. His defense is questionable. And he got power on top of power. Okay? And his hands are fast. And he's currently ranked number 2 in the WBC. Jason Maloney got good movement. He got good power. He, like his brother, likes to fight on the inside. He has a nice check left hook, and he can box. Him and his brother have very similar styles. Moving around the ring, not a whole lot of head movement, not great defense. You know, just good movement, good, solid, fundamental boxers. You know, Jason Maloney didn't look too impressive against Josh Greer. He looked very impressive in his fight before that. And he got beat by what's the guy's name? Monster anyway, knocked him out, bro. So I'm telling y'all right now, bro. I don't know how these odds are so goddamn wide, bro. TJ, maybe you can help us out. But I watched Nawapon fight like 5 or 6 times to make sure my eyes wasn't tripping. Okay. And for the life of me, I do not know why these odds are so wide, bro. I have no clue. Okay. Maybe I'll find out on fight night. But when I break down this fight, I'd be shocked if Jason Maloney isn't on his back foot the entire night, trying to have lateral movement, trying to keep Nawapon from cutting off the ring. And when Nawapon is cutting off the ring, he'll throw to the body. He'll throw up top. The power is real. The hand speed is real. His only issue is foot speed, but he does such a great job of being patient to where he don't follow you around the ring. He do that, I'm going to take a slow step to you. Rung Vasai type shit. He ain't fought the level of competition Rung Vasai fought. That's not what I'm saying. But that's slow. But the difference is he walked to you slow like Rung Vasai to cut the ring off on you, but the hands are much faster, bro. They much faster. What up, sis? Sister-in-law in the building. What's good? What's good with you? So with all that being said, bro, I got Nawapon, bro. Like I got Nawapon in this fight, man. I just think here's why. Because I think he gonna have Jason Maloney on the run. And I think Jason Maloney is going to get tired from fighting off of his back foot the whole time. And Jason Maloney has short-ass arms. So he got to walk through fire, bro. He got to come in through fire to get to Nawapon. And Nawapon is going to throw. And this shit say that Nawapon is 5'5". Bro, I don't believe that shit. That man look tall as shit. He got to be at least about 5'7", bro. He fight tall. And he parry away your shit, man. Nawapon look like he can fight. Yeah, no curveball, teeth. None of that shit. I got Nawapon, bro. I'm trusting my eyes. I could be dead ass wrong. But my eyes tell me that, bro, Nawapon is going to be a problem. I'm doing it, TJ. I'm doing it, damn it. I'm doing it. Nawapon, I think he might be something different, TJ. I think people are missing the boat on him. Because he goes to the body, too. That's the other thing that he does is a power puncher. He throws to the body to make you eventually have to stand still. And if you have to stand still with him, your ass is in trouble. And I know he fighting in Australia. Hey, Drink, I think it's because they messed up. Because they got his brother, Andrew Maloney, as a -225 favorite. And Norberto Jimenez as a +185. And then in this fight with Jason Maloney that I'm talking about right now, they got him as a -900 and a +550 for the dude he fighting. But the dude that Jason Maloney is fighting is number 2 in the WBC and got a 56-1 record with 46 knockouts. While the dude that Andrew Maloney is fighting is 31-9. So I think they flipped the odds, bro. I understand that, TJ. I understand that. But Jason Maloney, every time he fought good company, like, here's where I'm at, TJ. Joshua Greer had success against Jason Maloney. This guy is better than Joshua Greer, bro. He better than him. Like, way better than him, bro. Like, I watched Josh Greer have success against this man, Jason Maloney, TJ. I could be wrong, bro. I've been wrong before. You know what I mean? I ain't above. I've been right 86% of the time. I've been wrong 14% of the time. This might fall until that 14%. But if I'm right, boy, I'm gonna get that money. I'm gonna get that money, TJ. I'm getting it. I gotta get it. You know what I mean? Like, and I hear what you're saying about the level of competition that my boy Nawapon been fighting. But I mean, other than Monster Inouye, and you give him Josh Greer, or you give Jason Maloney, you give him Leonardo Baez, who's a career journeyman. You know, we don't think much of Leonardo Baez. Who he fought? Like, who he been fighting? He lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez, the guy that, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, if Emmanuel Rodriguez can fight with Jason Maloney and do something with him, bro, I'd be hard. Like, you can't tell me that my boy Nawapon can't do nothing with him. I'm going with the Thai. I'm going with Thailand, bro. I'm going with Thai. I got him. That's it. I'm done talking about it. I'm going to say that he gets the stoppage. I'm going to say he gets the stoppage late in the fight by wearing Jason Maloney ass down, bro. So I'm going with Nawapon Kaka. Nawapon Kaka. Look out for him to possibly be next in line of the great top fighters, man. He is coming through the back door on y'all ass. So I did that fight, did that one, did that one, did that one. I did that one, did that one. I ain't did that one yet. Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius. Yeah, drink. Look, man, if you miss it, drink. My fault. I say go watch him fight first, though. You gonna see some fast ass hands, some good ass power. He fight like Michael Myers in this. Bro, you know who he fight like, drink? I'm not even lying to y'all. Y'all go watch him fight. He fight like David Benavidez, bro. He fight like David Benavidez. Slow feet. You don't know how he cut off the ring. You don't know how he forcing dudes to just sit down and fight with him. But he make everybody sit down and fight with him. That's how he fight. And his hands are fast, bro. And I mean, 46 knockouts and 56 wins is 46 knockouts and 56 wins. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Okay? So I'm picking him. And if I'm right, give me my flowers. If I'm wrong, don't show up. All right? That's how we come. But let's keep it going. Wilder versus Helenius, 12-round heavyweight fight. Wilder is a minus 800, minus 350 for the KO, plus 550 for the decision. Helenius is a plus 500, plus 850 for the KO, plus 1200 for the decision. Helenius is an orthodox fighter, 6'6", 79-inch reach out of Sweden, 38 years old, 31 wins, 3 losses, 20 wins by way of knockout, been knocked out twice. Wilder is 6'7", 83-inch reach, orthodox fighter out of Alabama, 36 years old. 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 41 wins by way of knockout, and he's been stopped twice in his career. Robert Helenius has a nice 1-2. That right hand, he whips it down to the body very nicely. Very good power. Nice body work specifically with that right hand, but his defense is trying to use his height in a division where it's tall-ass dudes. Like, he just want to lean back. He want to lean back and hope that you can't reach his chin. But he leans back with his chin in the air, hoping you can't reach him. Wilder, power, okay? All caps. I think y'all all know that. Huge, big right hand. When he's not trying to bulk up, and by all accounts, he's coming into this fight like 220. When he's not trying to bulk up to 230 or something, he's explosive, he's sudden, and he got one of the biggest hearts in boxing. Like, he is the epitome. When they say go out on your shield, he who you talking about. When people say go out on your shield, he who you talking about. And the issue in this fight for Helenius is all the height that he likes to use. Wilder is taller than him by an inch. All the height that he likes to use, Wilder has a 4-inch reach advantage. So that lean and straight back is probably going to get his chin punched through. Now, Helenius could possibly hurt Wilder in this fight. But I don't think he's going to finish him if he do hurt him. And Wilder has earned this for me for the rest of his career. Right? Depending upon who he fight. Guys like Helenius, if he ends up fighting somebody like Andy Ruiz, if I see Wilder getting a fight with Anthony Joshua, those types of guys, pretty much, even if he get in the ring with Usyk, anybody not named Tyson Fury, you have to show me that you can take a Wilder right hand for me to pick you to beat him. Right now, the only one I'm kind of like, is Joe Joyce. Because Joe Joyce seemed like, bro, I don't know. I watched him get hit with a club punch by Joseph Parker. I said it last night. I watched him get hit with a club punch last time he fought, and his chin didn't even move. The dude hit him with a club punch, and the dude backed up. So Joe Joyce, maybe he can stand up. If he can stand up to the power, Joe Joyce can beat Wilder. R-Jack says Usyk too skilled for Wilder. But I don't know, R-Jack. I mean, shit. Anthony Joshua hit Usyk with a right hand. And that's why I'm at, R-Jack. Like, Helenius might be winning the fight. He might be winning the fight. Like, dudes might be outboxing Wilder. But until somebody either A, shows me that they can go the whole fight without taking his right hand, or B, take his right hand and get up from it, then I got Wilder, bro. That's what this shit boiled down to, man. He has earned that shit from me in over 40 fights, knocking out or putting down everybody he's ever been in the ring with, landing his right hand on literally everybody he's ever fought. Tyson Fury is more elusive and a better fighter than Robert Helenius ever dreamed of being. So if Deontay Wilder can land his right hand on Tyson Fury, and put his ass down. I know he gonna land his right hand on Helenius, and Helenius got to show me he can take it. I don't believe he will. I got Wilder by stoppage, and I think it might happen sometime in between the 5th and the 7th round. Because I think it's gonna be a little bit of ring rust there. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a slow start there, and so I think about between round 5 and round 7, Wilder get his footing. He'll start really letting that right hand go, and we're gonna say good night to old Mr. Robert Helenius. And then that's the other thing. Somebody just put it in the chat. They sparring partners, bro. These dudes that spar together like Wilder knows something. PBC knows something. Malik Scott knows something. And they didn't spar together like years and years and years ago. Helenius helped Wilder get ready for the Tyson Fury fight, because I believe Helenius was on the undercard fighting Kalnaki, if memory served me correctly. So yeah, bro, like I think this is a setup. So I got Wilder knockout. Stop. Now let's get to Michelle Rivera. Oh, we gotta go, man. We gotta keep it going. Michelle Rivera, Jerry Perez. Michelle Rivera is gonna beat Jerry Perez ass. Yeah. I ain't gonna do the whole breakdown for y'all. Michelle Rivera, 23-0, 14 knockouts. Jerry Perez, 14-1, 11 knockouts. The only thing that's gonna be kind of interesting in this fight for me is, can Michelle Rivera beat Jerry Perez worse than I saw Frank Martin beat him? Because Frank Martin stopped him in like the 6th or 7th round. Marquis, what up? Stopped him in like the 6th or 7th round, but Jerry Perez straightforward, straight back, basic defense, and Michelle Rivera got all kind of good lateral movement, nice busy jab, controls distance well, got good power, good punch variations, nice left hook, nice straight right hand, pull counter right hand, step back counter right hand, fluid with his movements and athletic, and got a good rhythm. Yeah. Michelle Rivera beating Jerry Perez ass. I want to see if he can stop him. I hate that this is an 8-round fight, though. I hate when prospects like Michelle Rivera go backwards in the rounds that they fight. He just fought a 10-rounder against Joseph Adorno. Now they got to fight him in an 8-rounder. If you got him fighting a guy that they won't sanction to fight 10 rounds, then have him fight somebody else, bro. This is a clear step back in competition in my mind. Maybe it's a stay busy fight. Maybe it's a fight just to fill the card. But I got Michelle Rivera, Mr. Aggressive, Eastside 512, Nick J, Dundada, everybody that's in the building, salute y'all. Hit the like button. We about to start the debate in 10 minutes. Starting the debate in 10 minutes, man. 10 minutes, we getting it popping. So y'all be ready. All right. Bumpy, what's up with it, Bumpy? So moving on, though, Michelle Rivera, I think, is gonna win that. I'm gonna give him unanimous decision simply off the strength of he only got 8 rounds. If it does get a stoppage, it'll be late, about round 5 or round 6, maybe even round 7, because Michelle Rivera don't got that one punch put you to sleep. In my opinion, he has done it before, but as he's fought tougher guys, I don't think he has it like that. William Old School, what up? So I'm gonna pick him by unanimous decision, wide unanimous decision. Okay, what they doing? 8 rounds, so like 79, 72, 80 to 71. You know what I'm saying? Some wide ass shit, like a snoozer. Vito Milnicki Jr. versus Limberth Ponce. 8-round, 154-pound fight. Plus 750 for Ponce, minus 1,600 for Milnicki as the favorite. Milnicki's 12-1 with 8 knockouts. Ponce is 19-5 with 11 knockouts, and he been knocked out 1 time. Milnicki got every punch, got nice body work. When he gets it going, he got a lot of dog. And the reason I say he got a lot of dog, because he lost to a guy named James Martin and wanted the rematch, and his team signed him up for that rematch, and he wanted that fight. He was ready to go for that fight, but James Martin ass couldn't make weight. James Martin couldn't make weight. But when you got young fighters like that want to go get their get back, I respect that shit. Because a lot of young fighters like that, they lose and they just move on. But he lost and he wanted that get back, but James Martin just couldn't make weight. So shout out to him for being willing to do that. So that's why I say he got dog. Very confident, and he's growing in every fight. I see him getting better and better. For Ponce has a wide stance, so he has no movement, can't get out of the way or nothing. He sees a lot in the ring. You can tell he sees what he's supposed to do, but he just slow as shit. He see that the punch is coming, and he try to get them hands up, but he just slow. You know what I'm saying? He tough, and he'll go some rounds with you. But I think Vito Milnicki gonna walk all over him, doing bad. I got Vito Milnicki winning that fight. Relatively comfortably. Could get a stoppage, but I'm gonna pick him too by unanimous decision. All right, let's get to the ladies, man. Let's get to the ladies, bro. Let's get to the ladies. The two, in my opinion, these are the fights I'm looking forward to the most. No disrespect to Devin Haney and Kambosos, but I feel like that fight is not as competitive as these fights. And the odds say that too. Combat Tool Bag, what up? No disrespect to Deontay Wilder and Helenius. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down for a Deontay Wilder fight. But these two fights on Saturday afternoon, yeah, sign me up. Yeah, sign me up for these. Let's go Mikaela Mayer, Alycia Baumgardner first. 10 rounds, super featherweight, 130 pound, junior lightweight, WBO, IBF, WBC championship of the world. Mikaela Mayer, minus 200 for the decision, plus 1,200 for the KO, minus 300 just to win. Baumgardner, plus 225 to win, plus 500 for the KO, plus 475 for the decision. Mayer, orthodox fighter, 5'9", 66.5-inch reach, fighting out of Cali, 32 years old, 17 wins, no losses, 5 wins by way of knockout. Baumgardner, 28 years old, orthodox fighter out of Ohio, 5'6", 12 wins, 1 loss, 7 wins by way of knockout. Look, Mikaela Mayer is a high-volume fighter. She got every punch that you could think of offensively. She's proven to be tough and durable because she does get touched up in her fights. She does struggle to cut off the ring. Her foot movement to cut off the ring and move laterally, not there. Her defense, in my opinion, is non-existent. She gets caught with shots in every single fight, but she's able to box through those. She's very good offensively. And so she overwhelms a lot of opponents that she faces. Alycia Baumgardner got good timing. She's an explosive counterpuncher. Good movement in the ring. Good pivots. Got a good jab. Strong step back counter right hand. This fight comes down to the volume of Mikaela Mayer, to the timing and the precision of Alycia Baumgardner. If Alycia Baumgardner can time her precisely with a counter shot and make her respect her, or even worse for Mikaela Mayer, hurt her, then Alycia Baumgardner will win this fight. If Mikaela Mayer can overwhelm Alycia Baumgardner and take her power with no issues coming forward, and she doesn't feel like Alycia Baumgardner can hurt her or garner her respect, then Mikaela Mayer will win this fight. But I think what people are missing the boat on, because a lot of people are picking Mikaela Mayer, a lot of people are missing the boat on that. Girls don't fight in the rhythm that you see in Alycia Baumgardner or Claressa Shields fight in. Most women boxers don't. They all kind of fight, high volume. I'm good offensively. I'm fighting these 2-minute fights, so I got to go in there, throw as many punches as I can, and then boom, I'm in and I'm out. Alycia Baumgardner is more patient, fights to her time and plays to her athleticism, will move around the ring, walk you around the ring, try to walk you into shots, box, pivot. She do a lot of shit that a lot of ladies don't do. And so it's hard to prepare for her. And again, bro, I keep going back to the most recent fight that I've seen of Mikaela Mayer. I watched her not be able to cut off the ring against Jennifer Hahn. So why would I believe she's going to cut off the ring against Alycia Baumgardner? I watched her take right hands over and over and over again from Jennifer Hahn. So why would I believe that Alycia Baumgardner going to catch her with some right hands? And I think Baumgardner will make her respect her. So I got Baumgardner. A lot of people say Baumgardner can only win by knockout. I don't believe that. I think that Alycia Baumgardner, fighting in a style, fighting in a rhythm that Mikaela Mayer is not used to. She just fought a similar opponent in Terry Harper, who fights the same style. I'm going to come forward. I throw a lot of punches. I'm good offensively, but I got the same holes Mikaela Mayer got defensively. I'm straight up. I got T-Rex arms. I'm tall, but my reach ain't shit. Remember, Mikaela Mayer, 5'9", 66.5-inch reach. That means a lot because that means she has to be close to you to hit you, even though she's tall, which means she has to be close to you. Her chin is all up in the air for you. So I think Alycia Baumgardner will get her respect. I think Alycia Baumgardner's power and her timing and her counterpunching ability will slow down the work rate of Mikaela Mayer. And I think Alycia Baumgardner, some may call me crazy, is a better boxer from the outside with her rhythm, her speed, her athleticism, and her foot movement. I think she can outbox Mikaela Mayer from a distance. And I think that's where the fight is going to be, because Mikaela Mayer is going to come in there all reckless and shit, get caught with some hot shit, and she can be like, oh shit, I got to slow this shit down. So I got Alycia Baumgardner. I got her by unanimous decision, 7 rounds to 3, 6 rounds to 4. But I think she's going to clearly win this fight. I wouldn't be surprised with a stoppage, but I'm not picking a stoppage in the women's fight. Then we got Claressa Shields, and then everybody that got links, y'all can start coming up. I see Jay Chestnut in the background. Everybody that got the links for the debate, come on up. We on our last pick. Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, 10-round, 160-pound undisputed championship. Let me go ahead and drop the link for y'all. Smoke, right side, KQKC, BFTB, everybody, y'all come on up, man. Let's get this shit popping. Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall. Shields minus 120, Savannah minus 110. Savannah's plus 225 for the KO. Plus 270 for the decision. Shields is plus 850 for the KO, plus 125 for the decision. Shields is 27 years old, 5'8", 68-inch reach, orthodox fighter out of Michigan, 12 wins, no losses, 2 wins by way of knockout. Then you got Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall is 31 years old, out of the UK, orthodox fighter, 5'11" and a half, 12 wins, no losses with 10 wins by way of knockout. Look, man, Savannah Marshall got big power and fights at an awkward and unorthodox ass rhythm. She's probably the best finisher in female boxing right now. Once she gets you hurt, she's finished everybody she's been in the ring with, so we will give her that credit. Claressa Shields, I mean, what can we say? 2-time Olympic gold medalist, fast hands, very elusive. She can counter punch you. She don't have no power though. I know fans of hers like me. You want to see her get the power. We try to say, oh, it's 2-minute rounds, or she's fighting tough competition. She don't really have no power. She got enough power to get your respect, enough power that you'll never walk through her shit, but just not enough to stop you. That's all. Just not enough to stop you, but she is by far a superior boxer. So basically this comes down to, if Savannah Marshall can't hurt Claressa Shields, she ain't got no shot. If she can't hurt Claressa Shields, she ain't got no shot whatsoever, bro. Like, she ain't got no shot. She can't outbox her. So I'm going to count on Claressa Shields not to get hurt. I'm going to count on Claressa Shields to outbox Savannah Marshall, and I think she's going to win a unanimous decision against Savannah Marshall in her own country. And that's my picks for the week. Hope y'all enjoyed them, but I got to bring my brothers up, man. I got to bring the homies up, man. They here. They ready. They live. They lit. Let's go to the moderator first. KQ, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Hold on.
Chilling, man. Let the people know what we can expect from you as the moderator, man. How you gonna be hall monitoring this shit, bro?
Man, hall monitor. Oh, damn. Hey, man, look, everybody, look. When I say, hey, let's go, soon you start talking, man, that's when the time is gonna start. All right. Now remember, everybody got 10 minutes. Both guys got 10 minutes and 5-minute rebuttal rounds. Okay, keep that in mind. A 5-minute rebuttal round. We are going 3 rounds tonight, baby. It is lit. It is going on tonight, baby. So you might as well sit back and relax, and you might learn something. All right. So get ready for the fantastic TKO debate, baby. All right. Wow. All right.
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Let's go to Dub right side, man. What can we expect from you, bro?
Man, y'all done heard me judge before.
Oh, my bad. What are you looking for as a judge, man? What do we need to do to impress you tonight, man?
Listen, I need you to have good arguments, strong points. Looking forward to the rebuttal rounds, man. And you know what I'm saying? Energy. You got to have energy when you're in this debate. You know what I'm saying? Presentation is about debate is about presentation as much as it is anything else. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. And I got my notepad ready, so y'all know I will be critiquing every point that you go through damn near. So it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to St. Louis Mix with the $5 in the super chat. He say, appreciate the picks, KO. Speaking of, I got KO by UD. Don't put no pressure on me. Let's go to Smoke. Smoke, man, how you judging tonight? What you looking for, bro?
Yeah, tonight, man, I'm just looking for arguments that make sense and persuade me. It's real simple. Don't contradict yourself. Give me a good argument. And yeah, you'll have me.
Already. And then let me go to my opponent and my brother at the same time. My brother Jay Chestnut. Jay Chestnut, man. Final words. What you doing, man? You about to do me bad, man? What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, I'm locked in. Let's get it, bro.
All right, give me a second, y'all. Let me hit BF up. Give me a minute, y'all.
All right, how everybody doing out there? All right. Don't
Chestnut,
forget.
I was gonna say, Chestnut, you taking Shakur, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Don't forget.
I just got off the phone with BF. He on his way, y'all. He'll be here in a minute. Give me a second.
All right. Don't forget to tune in to KQKC Saturday, baby. Yes, sir. We are calling the fights. Yes, sir. We're gonna be calling the Deontay Wilder fight. We're gonna be calling the ladies fight. And don't worry, I'm gonna keep you updated on the Devin Haney fight also. Right. So it is popping Saturday. All right.
And we and everybody, KQKC, Dub right side, their links are in the description, and then also BFTB's link is in the description, and then Smoke, his link is not in the description because he's a last minute judge. He's stepping in for us on late notice, but please, Smoke, drop your link, and everybody go subscribe to all these brothers' channel, and so we can get it popping. BF just hit me, said email him the link. Let me email this to him, y'all, and we'll get it popping. While I'm emailing it to him, though, just let me explain the rules to everybody, bro. Very, very simple. We got 3 rounds. Okay, we're gonna do a coin flip to see who go first. And then once we do that, each person will have 10 minutes to cook. And then I'm going to give you the give me a second. Let me get this email sent out. We'll get 10 minutes to cook, and then it's a 5-minute rebuttal for each one. All right, there we go. And then we're gonna go to the judges. We got 3 judges. They're all gonna give their reason on who they thought won and why they picked them. And then we're gonna go on to the next round. As KQKC said, it's gonna be 3 rounds. We won't talk over each other. We will not do anything like that. We're gonna let each other cook. We're gonna let each other talk. Now, I just sent the link to BF. He'll be jumping on in a minute. And let me go ahead and do the coin toss. Let me share my screen real quick. There he is. What's up, BF?
My bad, brother. I'm super apologetic, man. Super apologetic. My bad.
It's all good. You just in time for the coin toss. So let me share my screen. And just real quick, while I'm sharing my screen, let me let everybody know how you judging tonight, man. What you looking for? How can we get your vote tonight, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what I'm looking for the facts. Whatever facts are given, I'm looking for you guys to base your opinions on those facts. Nothing more, nothing less. If you can't do that, you can't get me.
Already. All right. Jay Chestnut, I'm going to be a gracious host, man. I'm going to let you call it in the air. What you going with, heads or tails?
Heads.
All right, it's heads. Who you want to go first?
Take off, bro.
All right, bet. Let me stop sharing my screen. And get the question popping. Again, this is a Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson debate. That's what the questions are based off of. And I will be arguing for Tank Davis, and my brother Jay will be arguing for Shakur Stevenson. KQ, go ahead and read the question whenever you got your timer ready, and we can get it popping, bro.
All right. The first question is, which fighter is in position to be the bigger star in the future? All right, take off, brother.
So it's very simple, bro. It's very simple. The answer to this question is clearly, unapologetically, and emphatically Gervonta Tank Davis. Reason is, in order for you to be in position to be a bigger star in the future, you got to be in position to get the biggest fights that will make you a bigger star. And you got Gervonta Tank Davis, who people are begging to fight him. Shakur Stevenson is begging for fights. The 2 biggest fights in Shakur Stevenson's career, Jamel Herring and Oscar Valdez. I'm old enough to remember that Jamel Herring, it was in his contract to fight Carl Frampton. The WBO said, once y'all fight, y'all got to fight Shakur Stevenson once you win. Jamel Herring beat Carl Frampton and started trying to fight Oscar Valdez. He didn't even want to fight Shakur Stevenson. Luckily, the WBO basically made him do it. That was the 2nd biggest fight of Shakur Stevenson's career. The biggest fight of Shakur Stevenson's career, Oscar Valdez. I'm also old enough to remember that Shakur Stevenson had been chasing Oscar Valdez through 126. Then Valdez moved up to 130. Shakur became champion at 130. And what did Oscar Valdez do? What did Bob Arum do? Bob Arum was trying to make Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete. Now, I cannot prove why he ended up getting the Oscar Valdez fight. I will just say that it coincided with the timeline of the moment that Terrence Crawford started suing Top Rank and Bob Arum for all that shit he's suing him for, the racial shit, messing up his career, all the shit that we all know about that's well documented. The minute that shit happened, then all of a sudden, Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez get made. But Shakur Stevenson was complaining about how Bob Arum don't want undisputed unless the person's name is Loma and all this other shit. How you don't want to unify unless it's Loma. So his 2 biggest fights, he had to beg and plead for. Meanwhile, Tank Davis's biggest fights, Jose Pedraza had no issue fighting him. Just fought him. He didn't have to beg for that fight. Fucking Leo Santa Cruz, 4th division champion. Gary Russell Jr. was begging to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Tank Davis is so set up for success in the future, and right now that he ain't have to do shit. Leo Santa Cruz like, yeah, I'll fight Tank. No issue. So Shakur Stevenson is begging for fights. It's people begging to fight Tank Davis. Last I checked, Gary Russell Jr. is calling for a Tank Davis fight, not a Shakur Stevenson fight. I'm pretty sure you've seen my interviews. You know who I want. I definitely want Gervonta Tank Davis. I still want him. Never heard Gary Russell Jr., former featherweight champion. Never heard him talk about Shakur Stevenson like that. He did say he did him up in sparring and shit, but he been calling for Tank Davis for years now. Hector Luis Garcia just became Super WBA champion at 130 pounds. Was he calling for a Shakur Stevenson fight who was also a champion? Nah. He was calling for Tank Davis. I wanted to keep aiming for the top, and after beating Colbert and Gutierrez, I want the biggest challenge out there, Tank Davis. People begging to fight this man. You gotta want people to fight you to be set up to be a star, bro. Michelle Rivera, just a prospect, just a contender. I've been waiting for a year to become a world champion. It's one of my dreams, and the WBA promised me an eliminator bout, which hasn't happened. I am the mandatory to Gervonta Davis title, so he can fight me or vacate the title. Vasily Lomachenko, he wants Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't hear him calling for Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney, his dad said he'll drop belts to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. His daddy said he'll move up to 140 to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And it's not just his daddy, it's also the CEO of Devin Haney Promotions and his manager. So when he says that they willing to do something, you kind of got to take him on his word because he manages Devin's career. They want to fight Tank Davis. All I hear when Ryan Garcia talk, he'll call Shakur Stevenson a dirty-ass fighter for all them low blows. He'll say that Shakur Stevenson is somebody that's boring. But when it comes to who he want to fight, Ryan Garcia, he want to fight Tank Davis. Regis Prograis, I ain't never heard him say shit about Shakur. He want to fight Tank Davis, though. Josh Taylor, I don't hear him talking shit about Shakur. He want to fight Tank Davis, though. Teofimo Lopez, I don't hear him say shit about Shakur. He want to fight Tank Davis, though. Rolly Romero, I want my rematch with Tank Davis. Even though I got, put my ass to sleep, 6 rounds. Knock my ass out. I still want to fight Tank Davis. Isak Pitbull Cruz, I want to fight Tank Davis rematch. So all of these people at or around 130, 135, 140, they all want to fight Tank. They ain't calling for Shakur. So how is Tank not in a better position to be a star in the future if everybody want to fight him? Now let's keep it moving because there's more reasons, bro. Way more reasons. He will always be attached to the biggest star in boxing history, whether he leave Floyd or not. Tank Davis got people that rock with him simply off the strength of Floyd. He got people that hate him simply off the strength of Floyd. Floyd Mayweather put Tank Davis on his Conor McGregor pay-per-view that sold $4 million. Tank Davis was a co-main event. Shakur ain't never been on an event like that. Again, set up for success in the future. Floyd gets a lot of hate, and all that shit matriculates down the Tank. But guess what? What's good about that and what makes him set up for success in the future? Because people want to see him win, and people want to see him lose. No disrespect to Shakur, but a lot of people don't care when he fights, bro. Everybody in this room do, but we're talking about a bigger star in general. Fighting style. Last I checked, Tank Davis has a far more exciting fighting style than Shakur Stevenson, which is what's making him more popular right now. He has a better fighting style, the knockouts, the ability to be vulnerable, maybe be losing some rounds here or there, but then put your ass to sleep. Whereas Shakur Stevenson, they say he win a lot of rounds. They say he's boring. People were not happy. No one's ever left a Tank Davis fight upset the way that they left a Jeremiah Nakathila fight when Shakur was fighting him, and no one liked that performance. People don't say that shit about Tank, bro. And then, most importantly, when you're set up for success in the future, how does shit look right now? How does it look right now? And right now, Shakur got some catching up to do. Tank Davis already got a head start. He's already a bigger star right now. So in order for Shakur to become a bigger star in the future, he got to catch up to his now and pass him right now. Tank Davis already did 3 pay-per-views. Shakur got 0. Tank Davis' first pay-per-view was when he was 26 years old. Shakur Stevenson will be 26 years old in June. He got like 5 or 6 months to catch up. So how is he set up for success in the future or to be a bigger star in the future if he's already behind right now? And then here's the kicker. Shakur Stevenson's last fight was in his hometown at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. Tank Davis's last fight was at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Now, I did the Google. They're 25 miles away from each other. 25 miles away. Tank Davis went and fought in Shakur's backyard. Shakur fought in his own backyard. Shakur had 10,107 people in the building for his Stevenson versus Conceição fight. Tank versus Rolly Romero. Tank went to his backyard, and he had 18,000 people coming to watch him fight at the Barclays Center, only 25 miles away from the Prudential Center. He's more popular. He's set up for success, and he's a bigger star in Shakur Stevenson's hometown than Shakur Stevenson is, bro. Point blank, period.
I found this on the web.
And then you got to touch casual fans to be a star, right? Last I checked, I ain't never seen Madonna at a goddamn Shakur Stevenson fight. Last I checked, I ain't never seen Lil Duval, the comedian, talk about Shakur Stevenson. I seen him talk about Tank Davis before. Last I checked, what rap lyric is Shakur Stevenson in? Because I heard Tank Davis' name come up in the Lil Baby song. This man got the casual fan base. He's set up for success in the future.
2
This
minutes.
man already hotter right now. You said how many minutes?
2 minutes.
Okay. This man already hotter right now. So he's already off to a head start. This man is going to be attached to the biggest star in boxing history for the rest of his career, whether he leave him or not. If he stay with him, he the guy under Floyd. If he leave him, he the guy left Floyd. But he going to have that Floyd Mayweather name regardless of what he do for the rest of his career. He has people from multiple weight classes calling to fight him, which in order for you to be successful, you got to have people that want to fight you to be able to make big fights so you can be a star. He got more people calling his name than Shakur Stevenson, and the shit not even close. It's not close, bro. So in closing, people begging to fight Tank. Shakur is begging to fight people. Tank is attached to Floyd Mayweather. Shakur is attached to Bob Arum. Tank is a bigger star right now and has a huge head start. And so he is set up for success in being a star in the future far better than Shakur Stevenson could ever dream of being. Because, and I'll leave it with this closing point. If we go off of recent history, Shakur Stevenson, top-ranked Bob Arum, they might be able to build Shakur Stevenson up to the type of pay-per-view star that Terrence Bud Crawford is. If we go off of recent history, they might be able to build him up to Terrence Bud Crawford. But even Terrence Bud Crawford ain't as popular as goddamn Gervonta Tank Davis is right now. So even if they build him up, if they can make him undisputed, if they can make him a 3-division champion, if they can do all of that, and he starts fighting on pay-per-view, and they can make him, and he becomes the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world by many, and he becomes just as popular as Terrence Crawford is, he still won't be more popular than Gervonta Tank Davis. And I'm done.
Okay. All right. Let me stop this. Okay. All right. Okay, you ready, Jay?
Let's do it, LG.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. Yes, I
All
can.
right.
I can hear you just well. All right. Go ahead. Shoot your shot, baby.
All right, that was a cool round. I like that. Okay, so the reason why he's not set up for success is honestly, it's too many things we don't know about Tank's future. And what I mean is he with Floyd? Is he not with Floyd? Before the Rolly Romero fight, we remember him saying, "This is my last fight with Floyd." Everybody thought those rumors was true. We thought those was true. Up until this point, since the Rolly Romero fight, we still don't know. Is he signed with Mayweather? Is he not signed with Mayweather? Because whether my brother Knockout want to admit it or not, that matters. That matters. He is a big star now. But my question is it Tank that's the star, or is it Floyd that's pushing him to make him the star? That's the real question. Because the thing that we want to gloss over, what does Tank do by itself to make him a star? Outside of the ring, because to be a star is more than just getting in the ring, getting on pay-per-view. Like what is Tank done to show that I can be the star of this thing by myself? Like, I don't need Floyd. I don't need Leonard Ellerbe talking for me. For the first part of his career, when he was on pay-per-view, he wasn't even talking for himself. It was Floyd talking. It was Leonard talking. Hell, Leonard's still talking to this day for Tank. We ain't heard Floyd, but that's because Floyd's still in the shine from him. So even if he re-signed with Floyd, we already seen the type of sucker shit that Floyd do to him. Floyd do the shit where I'm going to announce my exhibition fight the same time I'm going to announce your the same day you got a press conference for your pay-per-view event. What kind of promoter is that to where that guy is supposed to be the one that's supposed to guide you into being the biggest star? Because your promoter has a lot to do with you becoming the star. Now, you do have to do some things yourself, right? Like, you do got to do some things. But when have we heard Tank come out and talk? When have we heard Tank come out and put that smoke on somebody? Because there's a lot of niggas calling his name. Nah, you right. You absolutely right. It's a bunch of people calling his name. But how many names he calling? Only name we done seen him go after, no doubt about it, is Ryan Garcia. Why? Why Ryan? What Ryan got to offer him? Okay. Like, so he good with fighting for the money. Cool. All right, cool. That's cool. So if you with Floyd gonna stunt your growth as a star, like Tank say. Oh, Floyd jealous of me. Floyd jealous of me. Okay. So how is that setting you up to be the bigger star going forward? They got you on pay-per-view, but as we seen from Bud Crawford, being on pay-per-view that's not what makes you a star. We done seen him on pay-per-view. All right, it's cool. So going forward, there's a huge difference between these guys calling for fights, calling to fight you, calling to fight Tank Davis, and Tank Davis actually wanting to answer that bell. Because guess what, Knockout? If you come to my front door and ring my doorbell, brother, and I don't answer the door, what do it mean that you came and rung the doorbell? It don't mean shit. It don't mean shit because I didn't open up the door. You feel me? So he's in position to get the biggest fights, but he has not shown us that he wants those fights. He has not said that he wants those fights. What did we do in Tank's early career? We said, oh, it was Floyd holding him back. Floyd didn't want them fights for him. And when the first chance he had to clear the air about that, what did he say? Oh, I ain't even asked for those fights. I ain't even asked to be put in there with no big names. So we are led to believe that because he's going to be the bigger star because people are begging to fight him. Yeah, if I was on pay-per-view, I'm going to get a good paycheck. Yeah, cool. I'll be calling his name too. But what the hell does that have to do with actually getting in the ring? See, the part you didn't address is how are these fights going to happen? Because Floyd hasn't shown the willingness to make these fights happen. Ellerby hasn't shown the ability to make these fights happen. Tank hasn't shown the willingness to make these fights happen. So your guy is the bigger star, but somehow, some way, he has not been able to translate his star status into a big fight. So if basing it off of getting the big fights, getting the fights that you want, that the fans want to see, Shakur is in the best spot, in the best place. Why? Because on his side of the street, if we're going to use that, his side of the street, all the fighters, all the top guys are there. Devin's there. Devin's got all the belts. Lomachenko's over there. Let me see. Tio's over there, but Tio's at 140, so, we won't, leave him off of there. But really, the two that I just named, one with all the belts and one that's going to be fighting next for all the belts, they all over there. So what Tank going to do? Because Tank can't keep cruising around fighting for WBA regular belts. So what we doing? You get what I'm saying? What we doing? So there is a huge difference between people wanting to fight him versus him getting in the ring and fighting anybody. So if he's going to be the biggest star, how we going to make these fights happen if everybody that I just named involved ain't willing to put him in there? At least with Bob, despite what Shakur said, guess what? He put him in there with Oscar Valdez. He put him in there with Jamel Herring. He did that. He came out and he called out Devin Haney, Lomachenko. He's been calling out Lomachenko for some time now. So he's shown the willingness to step in there with any and everybody. But we ain't seen that from your guy. So yeah, okay, he on pay-per-view now. He content with putting anybody, he is content with knocking out whoever they put in the ring with him. And they cool with that. And honestly, on top of all of that, with Shakur being on ESPN, he has the biggest sporting platform in the world behind him. And that matters. So I haven't seen any pay-per-view stars since Top Rank went to ESPN. Can we name a pay-per-view star that came out of Top Rank that they built? No, because that's not their business model. They're trying to put as many eyes on you as they possibly can. And I'll prove my point. Let's see. Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz. They sold 15,580 tickets with another 200,000 pay-per-view buys. That is a total of 240,000 people, let's say, if the numbers are accurate. 240,000 people. You got Davis versus Barrios, 200,000 people that bought the pay-per-view, another 16,570. So that's 216,000 people that don't watch that fight. Pitbull Cruz will give benefit of the doubt, 200,000 pay-per-view buys. He had 15,000 people come in attendance. So now you got 215,000. And then the Romero fight, I didn't get the box numbers for that one, but he got 275,000 pay-per-views. So that's 275,000 people that watched that fight. Okay, Shakur Stevenson, without being on pay-per-view, his last 4 fights, the Nakatilu fight that you said people were so boring with, 875,000 views average. It peaked at 927,000. Jamel Herring, it averaged 1.23 million people watching it at a time. Valdez, 1.17 million people watching it average. In his last fight, Conceição, 1.097 million people watch average. So you can't sit here and say people don't know who he is. People ain't watching him, because by my math, every number that I just listed off, with him being on ESPN and not being a pay-per-view fighter, guess what? He got more eyes.
2 minutes.
And that's
2 minutes.
Bob. Say again?
2 minutes.
Okay. So with that being said, he got more eyes on him. That's Bob Arum's business model. We're gonna put as many eyes on you as we can. That's how he made Lomachenko a star. That's how he made Teofimo a star. That's how he made Bud Crawford a star. That's just what he do. It's not a pay-per-view model. So he is set up because why? Because all the belts are on his side right now. And the two prominent guys that's standing in his way at 135, Devin Haney and Vasil Lomachenko, are also on his side of the street. It's good business, bro. I rest my case.
All right, you still got a minute and 15. You want to take it?
I'm good, OG.
All right. That's the end of that one. All right. Okay. KO. 5 minutes. 5 minutes for rebuttal. All right.
Man, if the question was, does Shakur want more smoke than Tank, or does Tank really want the big fights or some shit like that, then your argument would have made sense. But it made no sense, because the question is, who is in a better position to be a bigger star in the future? Last I checked, you proved my point a couple of times. Number one, you came out your own mouth and you said Tank is the one in position to get big fights. You said that shit your damn self. So you sound like your ass was arguing for me. Then you brought up the views that Tank did versus the views that Shakur Stevenson did. Last I checked, Shakur Stevenson fights was free. So he getting all these views for free. People are paying to watch Tank fight, bro. Like, would you rather have 275,000 people to pay to watch you fight, or 1.1 million people to watch your ass fight for free? Would you rather have 215,000 people pay to watch you fight, or 1.1 million people pay to watch or watch your ass for free? Or 216,000 people to pay to watch you fight, or 875,000 people to watch your ass for free? That shit makes no sense. As a matter of fact, it proves that Tank is the biggest star because more people are willing to pay to watch him fight while they watching your guy that you arguing for free. And then you said he made Bud Crawford a star. If Bob Arum made Bud Crawford a star, why is Bud Crawford the B-side in negotiations with Errol Spence, who's fighting off the same model that Tank Davis is in? So if Errol Spence is in a better position than Terrence Crawford, using your logic, and he has the same exact manager that Tank Davis has, doesn't that mean that Tank Davis is in a better position for future success, since he's working off the Errol Spence model and Shakur Stevenson is working off of the Bud Crawford model, and we see how that shit worked out for Bud? Just something to consider, bro. Floyd announced an exhibition on the same day as Tank Davis. He announced an exhibition on the same day as Tank Davis's press conference, and then Tank Davis went out and sold more pay-per-views than he ever sold in his entire pay-per-view career. So how is Floyd the one that makes him the star? If you announce your shit on the same day that I got a press conference, don't that mean you trying to hurt me? So what do you mean? Is it Floyd? Is it Tank? Is it Floyd? Is it Tank? It's clearly Tank, bro. It's clearly Tank, bro. Floyd tried to sabotage this man, and he went out and sold more than he had ever sold. Then you said, is he with Floyd or not? People need to know that, because that matters as to who is in the better position. Well, all the fighters I named in my opening round, they don't seem to give a fuck. They don't seem to give a goddamn. Michelle Rivera don't care who he with. Devin Haney don't care who he with. Vasily Lomachenko don't care who he with. Regis Prograis don't care who he with. Ryan Garcia don't give a damn if it's Floyd or Al Heyman or any of them. They don't care who he with. No one cares who Tank Davis is with except you. Everybody's still calling that phone. Everybody's still trying to make that goddamn fight. So I don't understand what you're talking about, bro. And then let me see if I can rebuttal some more stuff. You really didn't say much of nothing. Yeah, I mean, shit. I rest my case, bro. I rebutted that. I rebutted that. That's gone. That's dead. That's dead. Oh, Shakur's side of the street. The side of the street shit. The people that you named that he on the side of the street with, Devin and Loma, they ain't even called him. As a matter of fact, Devin responded to Shakur Stevenson's call out by going in on Keyshawn Davis. That's how little people is even considering Shakur right now. Devin Haney's response to Shakur Stevenson's call out was to little boy Keyshawn Davis. He ain't say shit about Shakur, but he's still talking about Tank during fight week. He's still talking about Tank Davis right now during fight week, bro. What are we talking about? Lomachenko talking about Devin. I ain't hear him say shit about Shakur. He said he want to go for undisputed. So again, bro, Tank Davis is set up for way better success in the future. I think I rebutted everything quite well. Appreciate you, man. But hopefully you can, bounce back a little harder, man. But that's all I got for round one.
All right, Jay. Go ahead and do your thing. You got 5 minutes, baby.
All right, that was cute. That was cute. So let me see. What did you say? You say everybody knocking on the door for Tank Davis. Everybody knocking on the, and again, I say there is a difference between people calling for fights and you actually fighting them, because to become the bigger star, to be in that position, you have to have shown the willingness to fight the best. Tank Davis has not done that. His team has not done that. So whether it's Floyd talking, Leonard talking, Tank not talking, they haven't shown the willingness to get in there and fight nobody. So people calling him out, what does that matter? Because they ain't showed the willingness to fight nobody. Okay, cool. You said Shakur begging for fights. Okay, so us wanting somebody to fight the best, the same thing that fighters get criticized for. Oh, you didn't call his name out. Shakur out here calling people name out, but that's begging for fights. Okay, cool. All right, whatever. Devin already called him out. You're right about that. Guess what? No willingness. They've shown no willingness to fight him, right? So this position is based off of what other people are doing and not what Tank Davis is doing. So you're basing it off of, everybody calling his name. So he's going to become the biggest star. Why? Because he don't fight these dudes and these dudes keep his name in their mouth. Like, I don't get it. You use the Errol in your rebuttal round. You use the Errol Spence. What'd you say? Errol Spence was on the same model and he's a bigger star than Crawford, who's also with Top Rank. Yeah, but the part you forgot is what made Errol a bigger star. It doesn't mean that Crawford's not a star. What made Earl a bigger star than Crawford is who he fought. Who the fuck is Tank fought? You get what I'm saying? He just on pay-per-view, bro. Knockout sell. We know that in boxing. Knockout sell. But what is he outside of that? What happens when those knockouts stop? Is he still the biggest star? We don't know that. When Floyd stopped feeding these BNC level fighters that he can knock out, is he still the same star? Because that's what the real question is. See, Knockout done put all this illusion on y'all, like, this person calling this calling this. Yeah, they calling his ass out. Yeah, because he in that he eating food right now. He knocking out food that's in the ring. They feeding him food. He knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Knockout sell. It look good. You get the casuals. You look good. But they don't know like we know. So cool. All right, cool. Let me see. You said Brooklyn is, I believe, I don't want to misquote you, so my bad if I do. You said, let me see, Barclays, New Jersey, less than 20 miles. He put 15,000 with Rowley in the building, less than 20 miles from where Shakur fought. Shakur only did 10,000. Okay, cool. But the part you forgot is that Baltimore is less than 200 miles away from Brooklyn. So they ain't had shit to do with it, huh? They ain't had nothing to do with it. Okay, cool. All right, whatever. Let me see. Did I catch everything? And then the thing is, Tank is just content with not fighting the best, dog. That's just what it is, bro. So in position, is he really in position? Because all he gonna do is fight who they put in front of him. That he ain't calling for none of these best fights. That is what it is, bro. Yeah, bro. I rest my rebuttal, bro.
All right, you got a minute and 20 left. All right.
I'm good, OG.
All right, okay. All right. That's the end of the first round, baby. All right, let's vote. But first of all, we're gonna first go to Dub right side. How you feel, Dub?
Man, it was an interesting round, very entertaining. From what I got, let me go back to my first page, man. So KO, man, he started off strong. And one of the things that stood out in the round to me when he brought up people begging to fight Tank and Shakur begging for fights. I thought that was a very elegant way of putting that. Spoke on how Herring and Valdez, they really didn't want to fight. And the only reason the Valdez fight happened was because of Bud's lawsuit against Bob. And he felt that Bob, that's why he put him in the ring. Then he went down and he began naming the fighters that are begging for fights with Tank. You know what I'm saying? The other thing he brought up was the attachment to Floyd Mayweather. We all know how great or the superstar aura that Floyd brings to the sport. So him being attached to Floyd's name, regardless, it'll always be there, and that's going to help propel Tank. Now, he brought up how KO sell and how Tank has the potential to lose rounds, which will also bring people to the sport or have people wanting to watch that fight, even though that 9 times out of 10, it seems like Tank going to end up getting the stoppage. Let me see. He brought up how at 26 years old, that was Tank's first pay-per-view, and he has three pay-per-views now, whereas Shakur, he'll be turning 26 in June, and it doesn't seem like he's going to have a pay-per-view before then. So because of that, Shakur is already behind the 8 ball. He also brought up how Tank brought out about 8,000 more people in Shakur's backyard. The star power that Tank brings also brings the casual fan base. And once again, he kind of ended his round. And like I said, a very strong point in my opinion, how people are begging to fight Tank and Shakur is begging for people to fight people. You know what I'm saying? And so also he brought up how Bud's status as far as what Bob did for him over at ESPN, and how even right now Tank is a bigger star than Bud is as far as pay-per-views go, that type of thing, and more or less correlating Shakur's career with Bud's career because they were both under top rank. Then Chestnut, Jay, he came out, man. The first thing he said, or the first thing he brought up with the unknowns about Tank. You know what I'm saying? Saying that if Tank, if he does, or why isn't he taking the biggest fights, right? Why he turning down those fights? And how can you become a star when you turn fights like that down? Also, is he really with Mayweather, right, or not? He brought up how Tank allowing Leonard to talk for him. You know what I'm saying? How Tank isn't out there really selling himself. He brought up the question, does Floyd stunts? Does he stunt Tank's growth? Excuse me. And then he really honed in on Tank not fighting the biggest fights, even though people are calling for him. And he also brought up how Shakur has the bigger fighters on his side of the street. Speaking of Devin and Lomachenko, and those fights being more opportune or having a better opportunity to be made. And he brought up, then he went into the numbers on Shakur at ESPN, brought up how Tank, the different, numbers on pay-per-view that he sold versus how so many more people tuned in to Shakur on ESPN. So in the rebuttal round, man, we had KO. He came out, and I will tell you, the rebuttal round is what did it for me. KO came out and started dismantling points. He came saying that regardless if Tank, if he's taking the fights or not, everybody's still calling his name, and whether he's with Floyd Mayweather or if he isn't, it seemed like, and he said you, Jay. So he said it seemed like you're the only person who cares, even though I agree with you on that part. But he also said how even though Shakur did have more eyes on him, those were all free. It was free views that he was getting there. He brought up how Bud was the B-side over, even though he was promoted by Top Rank. Now that he's moving over to Showtime to fight EJ, he's the B-side, and Tank is following damn near the same, or taking the same route that EJ took as far as becoming a star. And also how how Devin didn't respond to Shakur. He sunned, I believe that's what KO said, son Keyshawn in passing. Jay, in your rebuttal, man, you came out and you brought up how once again EJ, the reason he's a bigger star than Bud is because he fought the better fighters. I thought that was a really good point. Then you also brought up how KO sell, but we don't know how much they'll sell afterward when Tank really gets in the ring, or not how much they'll sell, but we don't know if Tank will be KOing anyone if he's not getting fed food. You brought up how everybody they put in the ring with Tank is subpar competition. You rebutted KO's point about the 8,000 in Brooklyn in Shakur's backyard by saying, hell, Baltimore is close to. I think you said it's about 200 miles away. I don't know. Hey, it sounded good. So, and then you also brought up how at the end of the day, man, Tank, he ain't calling for the best, man. He ain't trying to fight the best. I thought that overall, man, I gave the round a knockout. The reason I gave it to him is because I think the points that he rebutted, I had it going neck and neck into the rebuttal round, and I think he did a better job of rebuttaling some of your points, and so I gave the round a knockout.
All right. Oh, that's Smoke. What's up, Smoke? What you got, baby?
What's up? Peace, everybody. Man, that was a hell of an opener. I got fan-friendly style with celebrities and casuals versus eyes, sides of the street, and competition. So that's a hell of a thing to have to pick between. Man, I'm gonna go with knockout by the slimmest of margins, and it's really about just the meat on the bone. Just because Shakur can have all the guys, he can have all that people that if he doesn't put butts in seats, that doesn't matter. Not everybody on Top Rank is a star, unfortunately. But then again, it is about the future, not right now. I understand that, but all things given, being equal, I liked your rebuttal a lot. You pulled it out of the fire, like mentioning that basically Tank is a hometown fighter too. Man, that was a very close, and I like your side of the street. I love your ESPN argument. If you would have just like kind of tied that into how Shakur is going to capitalize off that, that's knockout by the slimmest of margins. The head of his chinny chin chin.
All right. What's going on? Grave Digger, BFTB. What you got, baby?
Hey, listen, man, I respect everybody. I have no beef with nobody, bro. But so I'm a blunt dude. I've always been blunt. I will always be blunt. I don't know. I'm judging for myself. I'm not speaking for Dubs. I'm not speaking for Get This Smoke. That was a very, very clear and easy round for KO. All right. I got there's no shade for nobody. My brother. The question was, who is in position to be the bigger star? Now, I as a judge, I feel like if I try to sugarcoat it or if I try to beat around the bush, I'm not helping anybody. The question was, who is in a position to be a bigger star? My brother Jay Chestnut spent his entire time talking about how Tank is tied to Floyd. He said one thing that I fuck with heavy when he said the size of the street and who Shakur is fighting. That meant something to me because that is the potential to who can be the bigger star because he's actually fighting somebody. But you spent your entire time when KO said Tank is tied to Floyd, the biggest guy in the sport of boxing. You spent your entire time talking about how Tank is tied to Floyd. The entire I'm waiting for them. Okay, Jay, go somewhere else, homie. Go. You're proving my man's point, and people are gonna. Yeah, I know. Oh, BFT, bye. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Listen, bro, the question was who was in position to be the biggest star. It was not close. All right. I don't know what my brothers are talking about his slimmest of margins. No, it was not. It was if the slimmest of margins is Chris Rock racing Usain Bolt, then that's what the slimmest of margins was. All right. This was a talk, bro. This is no disrespect to nobody, bro. But I'm keeping it a buck, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not lying to nobody, bro. I'm not. We don't get participation trophies in this. This was a one-sided landslide. All right, KO won this badly, but that side of the street part, I definitely fuck with that because who Shakur fighting is what's going to make him the bigger star. But the fact that all the people that you're talking about who Shakur can fight want to fight Tank. These guys ain't calling for Shakur, they're calling for Tank. That right there just made it. It was an uphill battle. You really did good with that size of the street shit. I wish you would have stayed there and focused on who he's fighting on that. I wish you would have stayed there because that right there would have brought you back. But for me, that was a landslide. KO.
All right. There you go. All right. Okay. Everybody get your votes in. I need for everybody to vote in the chat. Everybody. All right. Okay. So right now, that was the first round. Went to KO, knockout boxing, A6 TV. So let's get the chat. See what you got.
They voted. We closed the voting. They had me over Jay. I keep the voting going while the judges are voting. Then when the judges get done, we take it down. But we can move on to round two. I got the question
I can't
up
see
there
it on here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Round number 2, baby. Yes, sir. All right. Which fighters' legacy will be more talked about when they finish? All right. This is 10 minutes on KO, baby.
I hope
it's on Jay. It's on Jay. KQ.
You went first last time? Okay, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. It's 10 minutes on you.
Are we ready?
Yes, sir. Want to read the question again?
Okay.
Want me to read the question
okay,
again?
I'm ready.
All right.
No, you good.
All right.
Okay. Which fighter's legacy will be talked about more? Okay, so there is a little bit of projecting going on here, but if both of these fighters were to stop fighting today, stop fighting right now, today, what would we remember them for? Because legacy is something that it can be subjective, but it is based on what you've done, right? It is based on the illusion that's left. What did you leave on the sport of boxing? What did you leave on the sport of boxing? The thing I can't get away from is we've asked time and time and time again from Tank Davis to fight somebody, fight an elite level fighter. You are supposedly a quote unquote 3-division world champion, but you've yet to step in the ring with an A-level opposition yet. Your legacy matters because the fights that you win, not even the fights that you win, the fights that you take, they matter. That's what your legacy is about in boxing. Win, lose, or draw, you got in the ring with somebody. Why do we respect Wilder? Because Wilder took the chance and fought Tyson Fury 3 times. 3 times. Why do we respect someone like Errol Spence? His legacy, if he stopped fighting today, he fought most of the top guys at the time on his resume. And when we look at Tank Davis, when we really scope and look at his 4 best wins, Jose Pedraza, which he was undefeated at the time, so that's a good win. Leo Santa Cruz, a smaller fighter that he met at 135, cool, or 130, I'm sorry. Mario Barrios, who none of us thought anything high of, and it took him 12 rounds, his 4th best win. It took him 12 rounds to knock out Gamboa. And those are his title fights. Those are his 4 title fights. So not 4 best wins, but his 4 title fights or whatnot. So he fought Gamboa for a 135 WBA regular. He fought Barrios for 140 WBA regular, which my man Knockout done said out of his own mouth. He don't count those as regular world championships. Okay, cool. So going by his own logic, we only got 2 real belts that Tank has won. He won one against Leo Santa Cruz. He won the Super WBA at 130, and he won the IBF 130 from Pedraza. So when you look at my guy, he gave Oscar Valdez his first loss, 130 pound unification, which that is something that Tank Davis has never done. He's never unified in any division he's been in. He's been in three divisions, I mind you. So Jamel Herring coming up the best win of Jamel Herring's career after he went over the pond and knocked out Carl Frampton. And to win his first world title, he beat undefeated Joet Gonzalez, right? So I'm gonna just put this in perspective for you guys, right? Tank Davis. So right now, if we were to end their careers, we would say that Shakur has accomplished more, right? His legacy will be remembered more. And to intensify that point, I would tell you that Tank Davis, did y'all know that Tank Davis has been a champion? He won his first world champion before my guy was even a professional fighter. Before my guy was a professional fighter, Tank Davis was a champion. So how is it that your legacy will we remember more when you've had a longer reign as a champion than my guy has had in his career, and you still haven't fought the opposition that my guy has fought? And I didn't even bring up the Nakatilia fight. I didn't even bring that up. We saw what Nakatilia done turned into. We done seen that, right? Okay, cool. So now, when we look at it in my brother Knockout, his debate when he did Bam Rodriguez versus Monster Inoue, what did he tell us? He told us it's competition over accolades. It's competition over accolades. So is anybody in here going to argue that Tank Davis has fought the better competition than Shakur Stevenson in less fights, in less time as a pro? Are we going to argue that? So my question is, how is his legacy going to be remembered more than Shakur's when Tank doesn't have a legacy win on his resume? We still waiting on the legacy fight for Tank, but we are going to argue that Tank's legacy is going to be remembered more than Shakur's when Shakur's been a unified champion, when Shakur's fought the better competition. I don't know, man. Sound crazy. I rest my case.
Okay, you got about 4 minutes left.
No, I'm good, OG.
All right. Okay, it's your turn. You got 10 minutes, KO. Go ahead and shoot it.
I know it's hard for you to believe, but I went easy on you on the first round. I'm finna turn up in the second round because I'm gonna rebuttal your shit, then do my round, so you have nowhere to go. And for anyone in the chat, I seen somebody say that the shit was fixed. You can understand my brother Jay Chestnut was the one who picked these first two questions. So don't say my shit is fixed. I just debate what we debating. So you said first of all you tried to change the question. You said if both fighters stopped today, what would they be remembered for? But that ain't the question. The question is which fighter's legacy will be more talked about when they finish. Then you brought up Tank's wins. You started talking about Tank again more than you was talking about Shakur, Jose Pedraza, Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz, Gamboa. That ain't got shit to do with who will be remembered more when they finish. Then you talked about Tank Davis accolades and how he ain't got shit. And I did say that regular belts don't mean shit to me. And then you tried to quote me, but you didn't tell the people what the question was. Yes, when I was arguing for Bam Rodriguez over anyway, I said who you fights matters. But the question was not which fighter's legacy will be more talked about when they finish. The question in that particular round was who has the better resume. Two completely different questions, but hey, man, it is what it is. You talked about Shakur being unified champion and how Shakur basically has better accolades than Tank Davis, so people are going to talk about him more when he finishes. Now, I find that hard to believe because he has more accolades right now today, but people still talk about Tank Davis right now more than they talk about Shakur Stevenson. Like, off the rip, he gets more talked about now. More people watch him fight now. More people care about what he got going on right now. He is capturing the eyes and the imagination of the general public in a way that Shakur Stevenson can only dream about catching them. So somehow, if they both stop fighting right now, all of a sudden people are going to talk about Shakur more. They're going to talk about him more when they ain't talking about him more right now while they fighting, and they don't have no more shit to build. So let me get this straight. Shakur is a two division champion. He's unified right now. People are talking about Tank way more than him right now. Way more than him. But somehow if they stop fighting today, People are going to talk about Shakur more because of his accolades, but they ain't talking about him more right now because of his accolades. He ain't even getting talked about more right now while he fighting, bro. Anyway, I'll continue. So Tank Davis will be remembered more, and people will talk about his career more than Shakur Stevenson's when it's over. And when they finish, they will talk about him more because the excitement that he brings to the sport. They will talk about him more because your legacy, in order for people to talk about your legacy more, that means more people have to care about you. That means more people have to care what you had going on. And he has already showed that more people care about what he has going on than what Shakur Stevenson has going on. Furthermore, boxing history tells us that the more exciting, more popular fighter, accolades be damned, is the one that people talk about. Well, knockout. What do you mean by that? Let's talk about some more facts, shall we? Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones Jr. More people talk about Roy Jones Jr. and how great he was and how he was pound for pound. And in his prime, he was over Floyd as a pound for pound fighter. And they talk about him way more than they talk about Bernard Hopkins. The only time somebody mentions Bernard Hopkins anymore is when they talking about some stupid shit that he done said about a Golden Boy fighter or about Canelo Alvarez. But would you know Bernard Hopkins was undisputed? Roy Jones Jr. was not. Bernard Hopkins was the oldest champion in boxing history at 46 years old. Roy Jones Jr. was not. Bernard Hopkins beat Glenn Johnson, Felix Trinidad in his prime in 2001, while Roy Jones beat him in 2008. He beat Oscar De La Hoya. He beat Antonio Tarver, the dude that beat Roy Jones Jr. twice. He beat Winky Wright, and he beat Kelly Pavlik. He has a much better, much more decorated resume than Roy Jones Jr., but people talk about Roy Jones Jr. more to this day because he had a more exciting and he had a funner fight style. Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. People talk about the real deal Evander Holyfield to this day more than Lennox Lewis because of the fights that he put on, because he was more exciting than Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was a better fighter. Beat everyone he ever been in the ring with, even avenged his only loss. But they talk about the real deal more because he caught the imagination in the eyes of the general public. Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. God damn, I'm on fire. Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson ass. Who they talking about more to this day? Who they talking about? They talking about Mike, right? Mike got podcasts and shit. You have to remind people how cold Lennox Lewis was. You have to remind them. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is an 8-division champion. Floyd is like a 4 or 5 division champion. Manny Pacquiao got far more accolades than Floyd Mayweather. 2 times the division. But people talk about Floyd to this day because Floyd caught the imagination of the general public. So Tank Davis, in the same vein as Mike Tyson, in the same vein as Evander Holyfield, in the same vein as Roy Jones Jr., Tank Davis has already proven, because I got voted for a 3-0 in the first round, he has proven without a shadow of a doubt that more people care about him right now. More people care about what he got going on right now. So how's this shit? And they don't give a damn. Shakur Stevenson, man, you 2-division champion. They don't give a damn. Shakur Stevenson, your ass done became unified champion at 130. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn, bro. You know what they say? Man, what Tank Davis gonna do next? You know how Shakur got to come up? He got to miss weight. Shakur got to miss weight, and then people start talking about it. Tank Davis, all he got to do is just exist. All he got to do is exist. In about 5 minutes, Devin Haney will have a tweet for him. Ryan Garcia will have a tweet for him. Every interviewer asks every fighter in and around his weight class about Gervonta Tank Davis. So, in order for you to be which fighter's legacy will be more talked about when they finish, the person that will be the more talked about is always, and I have proven, it will always be the person who catches the attention of the general public. It will always be the person who has more people caring about him when they fight. More people cared about Mike Tyson, and he was more popular than Lennox when they fought. He's more popular post-career. More people cared about Roy Jones Jr. than Bernard Hopkins while they were fighting. So guess what? Roy Jones happens to be more popular post-career. People talk about him more post-career. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, same thing. Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, same thing. So I don't know what we're talking about, bro. I really don't know what we're talking about, bro. If the question again was who has the better resume, like you tried to bring up the Inoue and Bam Rodriguez debate, if the question was who has the better resume, then that would have been a good point that you made. But that ain't the question. The question is very simple. Who gonna get talked about more? And the answer is very simple. The guy who's being talked about more right now is gonna be talked about more when they get done. Shout out to Lori Reed with that $20 in super chat. Tank beats everybody. I rest my case.
All right. There you go. Okay. JC, you got 5 minutes on the rebuttal, baby. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead. Shoot your shot, baby.
So you made that whole round about fighters who have won fighters and still the thing you forgot to say what's also tied into the legacy is the fights that we remember them for fighting. So yes, exciting styles. Okay, cool. Yes, we get that. But also with every one of those fighters that you name, we can name 2 to 3 fights that they are synonymous with, whether they won that fight or whether they lost that fight. So what you're telling me is that projecting forward, we're saying that Tank can continue to knock out tomato cans, and because his style is friendly, we're going to go against the whole history of boxing of fighters, exciting fighters being tied to top competition, win or loss, because I said that in my opening round, not opening round, but my round, that it doesn't matter that you win or lose the fight. It matters who you get in the ring with. So all those guys that you named, and you named iconic fights. So I don't have to go over that again. But guess what? They got in the ring. So those fights are synonymous with their legacies because that's what matters in boxing. What did you do? Yes, your style matters. And we've seen Shakur pick up his style. You said nobody cares. You said more people watch Tank. But I just gave you the ESPN number. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to read them again. So clearly 875,000 people, if that was the average for the Nakatillo fight, clearly 875,000 people cared about that. 1.23 million against Jamel Herring. 1.17 million against Oscar Valdez. 1.097 million. So free or not, clearly those numbers matter. Clearly, all those people mattered. They thought Shakur mattered clearly, right? I'm just saying. So when we talk about excitement, yes, excitement does matter. KOs do sell. But when your legacy is wrapped up and tied up, it matters at the end of the day who you got in the ring with. And when we look at Tank's legacy, who are we going to be able to look back and say, oh, he got in the ring with this dude. Oh, he got in the ring with this dude. Win, lose, or draw. We don't have that. So what is he going to be talking about for? Oh, he's going to be talking about, oh, he was cool. He pay-per-view star. He knocked out some folks. But we never got him. We never saw him versus Dev. We never saw him versus Shakur. We never saw him versus Loma. Now I'm projecting, so I don't want that. That's not fact. I'm projecting that. But that's what we're remembering. So all those fighters you named, cool, good job naming them. But they also have fights and resumes and fighters that we can look at that they got in the ring with. And that's a part of their legacy too. So it's not about the win-loss. It's not about just the exciting style. You have to mix that, sir, with who they got in the ring with. And Tank Davis does not have that as of this moment. I rest my case.
All right. Okay. Well, you got 5 minutes. KO, you ready? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So you got to mix the style with who they fought and who they've been in the ring with, and the big fights matter. Anybody got a moment for Shakur Stevenson that's better than the moment that Tank Davis had against a 4th division champion and Leo Santa Cruz knockout of the year? Has Shakur Stevenson had a moment even close to that, since we're talking about moments and fights and what fights they'll be remembered for? What are we remembering Shakur for? Is it the Jamel Herring performance? The Jamel Herring that had already lost twice and had to move up and down in weight? The same Jamel Herring that we just saw get his ass beat up by a prospect. So when you talk about they got to have exciting styles and moments, let's say I give you that Tank ain't got no moments. What moments Shakur had? And then let's say I give you the exciting point. Well, we know that Tank is more exciting than Shakur, so he'll still be more talked about simply off the strength of being more exciting, because Shakur is not exciting like Tank is. So if the fights that you fight matter, I'm trying to see, like, is there a 4-division champion that we can point to that Shakur Stevenson has fought? Has Shakur Stevenson fought at 3 weight classes yet? Has Shakur Stevenson ever got knockout of the year? I think we all know the answer to those questions. Every last one of them are in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis. And my opponent keeps talking about Tank far more than he talks about Shakur. He ain't bringing up Shakur's moments because he ain't got none. He ain't bringing up his opponents. He keeps shitting on Barrios, right? I heard him shit on Leo a little bit. I heard him shit on Jose Pedraza a little bit. But I mean, what we talking about? We talking about Oscar Valdez? The same Oscar Valdez that a lot of people feel like lost to Conceição. The same cheating ass Oscar Valdez, right? Or we talking about Nakathila? We talking about Jamel Herring? Like, do we really seriously think that anybody that Shakur Stevenson has fought can hold the candle to Tank Davis? So to get back to the question, just to wrap it all up, which fighter's legacy will be talked about more when they finish? It has to be the guy that's talked about more now. Now he keeps saying people cared about Shakur Stevenson. That's why he had all the free views. So we're not going to act like some of his fights didn't come on the tail end of a football game. See, when Tank Davis fight on pay-per-view, that's it. Ain't no programming leading into his shit other than his card that he got to carry all himself. And people buy that shit. Shakur Stevenson and his views and shit, that's cool, that's good. But we going to act like some of them wasn't with a college football game in front of them? We going to act like that didn't happen? Like we going to act like he just got all them views because people was caring about him? Or did they just step away from the TV when the football game was off and go do something else, but they left the TV on? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. So again, the more exciting fighter, the one who has had the better moment. I agree with Jay Chestnut. The person with the better moments in the most exciting fight and the fights that people remember, those are the ones that people are going to remember you for, and they'll be talked about more. Well, the Rolly Romero moment. They talk about what Tank Davis did to Rolly way more than they talk about what Shakur did to Oscar Valdez or what Shakur did to Jamel. They talk about what Tank Davis again did to Leo Santa Cruz or Jose Pedraza. They talk about that shit to this day more than they talk about anything Shakur Stevenson has ever done. He got the excitement, he got better moments, and he's just going to be talked about more in the future because he's talked about more right now, and it's that simple. I'm not going to keep beating the dead horse. That's my second round, man.
All right. All right. Yes, sir. That's 2 rounds down and 1 to go. We are in the championship rounds. All right. We got my man Smoke. What kind of smoke you got, Smoke?
All right. So for me, I got the triple entendre. Knockout by knockout because of knockout of the year. There it is. That was the winning argument. Yeah, that's easy.
All right. That's all you have on it?
Yeah, you know, I just do the winning arguments. Yeah,
Okay.
knockout of the year won it.
All right. Okay. BLTB, best fight the best. What's going on there, Phil? What you got?
I'm not going to re-say what I said the first. Listen, bro, the question was which fighter's legacy will be more talked about more when they finish. That was the question. And my brother Jay Chestnut, I respect you to death, King, but you spent all your time talking about Tank Davis. So I was waiting for you to talk to this. Is what I would have did, because listen, bro, this was an easy KO round. This is what I would have did. In this, I would have talked about the fights that could happen, because you can't the point that you made about where they're at, where the fighters are at, very valid. They're with Top Rank, very valid, right? So what I would have did is I would have talked about what would have happened. I mean, the fact that those guys want to fight Tank, but it's easier to fight Shakur. So how would those outcomes have looked? I would have talked about how Shakur would beat Dev, how Shakur would beat Lomachenko, how Shakur would beat the guys who were calling for Tank. I would have talked about that because that's more in line with the question, answering the question of which fighter's legacy will be talked about more, right? Because if we're talking about, and when you said if he stopped today, that changed the whole legacy of not the legacy, but it changed the whole dynamic of the question if they stop today, right? Because if they stop today, then I see knockout of the year. Hell, it's in my intro. Knockout of the year that he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz in devastating fashion. And all they talk about is Tank being one of the most destructive punchers in all of boxing. I don't know what Shakur is. No, I'm just giving it a buck. There's no shade or hate.
No, you good, bro.
But when people talk about, when they say Shakur, they say what? He's a boxer. He's probably one of the best boxers. But when they say Tank, they say one of the most destructive punchers in the sport of boxing. That's what they say. So it's like, if they stopped it, you killed yourself with that. Brother. You killed yourself with that, King. With that right there, bro. Because now I'm looking at, okay, I got to go what my brother said. Stop today. If they stop today, I see Leo. I'm looking at Nakatani Tuki, and Leo. If they stop today, it's Tank all day. If they stop today, I'm fucking with you, King. But it's you pushing away from the question, my brother. Easy KO round. Again, easy KO round. And I think you did that to yourself because you give him his points. Like, focus on Shakur, God. Focus on Shakur and run that. If you giving him his points, it's kind of hard to separate between what he's doing and what you're doing. Just constructive criticism, King, but easy KO round.
All right. Very, very good. Very good talk. All right, we got Dub right side coming in at the rear. Right side.
My bad. I was double muted. My apologies. I ain't gonna hold you on this. Normally I would go through all the points. No need to in this situation. Gave the round to KO. Man, I'm gonna tell you, Jay. You do not give the opponent credit. Do not give that man credit for anything that he's saying. Don't. And the two, man, I'm literally over here yelling. I'm like, man, that's why I double muted myself. Cause I'm like, when you have 4 minutes left, I'm like, use your time. It was just certain things going on in the round. I felt like you were headed in the right direction. And then it just kind of, you chop yourself off at the knees at certain points. You know what I'm saying? Don't give KO any credit when you're debating the brother. He don't need your help. You feel me? He don't need it. And so I wish you would have stuck to Shakur a little more, broke down what he could do, you know what I'm saying, to build that legacy up. When you said we cutting it off right here, hell, Shakur 25 and Tank damn near 28. So Tank, like you said, Tank that been a champion longer than Shakur has been in the fight or been professional. So don't cut it off. You know what I'm saying, man? I just wish you would have went more into Shakur and what he can do to build his legacy. You feel me? So I gave the round to KO, man. Like I say, do not give that man no help, man. Do not give him help in your next round, brother.
All right. Okay, we head into the championship rounds. We got the next question. All right.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. All right. Don't forget, Chris Shields fighting Saturday afternoon, 1:00 Central Time. Come on, let's support the women fighters. All right. Okay, let's go. All right. The last question. All right. The last final championship round. We got who wins and why if the fight does happen. Now,
all right, Tank Davis. It's Tank Davis. You got the timer ready? My bad. I'm just ready to take off. You got the timer ready, OG?
All right. Okay, yes, go ahead, KO.
All right, I got Tank Davis, obviously, and it's for a few reasons. Number one, he's the second most accurate puncher in boxing. That's a fact, can't be disputed. But just his overall counter-punching ability, he can box with anybody. He's the more explosive fighter. His ring IQ to set people up and stop them, whether it's faking down low with a feint down low and then coming over the top with a right hook against Mario Barrios, or walking Rolly Romero into a mean left hand, or seeing that Leo Santa Cruz was throwing the same combination 1-2, 1-2 3 times in a row and catching him with an uppercut or using his boxing skills with one hand to outmaneuver and outbox an aggressive pressure fighter like Isak Pitbull Cruz. He's fought a different variety of fighters, longer fighters, shorter fighters, guys smaller than him, guys bigger than him. Just has shown a high level of IQ and an ability to fight anywhere that you want him to fight, whether it's back foot or front foot. Now, these reasons, on top of the style that Shakur Stevenson brings to the table, is why I would favor Tank Davis in the fight. Shakur Stevenson is a defensive fighter that tries to use his counterpunching ability, but he's a defensive fighter from the waist up only. He doesn't use a lot of foot movement. So he likes to fight in the pocket. He's not a lateral mover in the way that a Devin Haney is. His feet aren't nearly as good. He's good at taking a hop step back, half steps in the distance, but he's going to be right there. He relies on barely making you miss and being in position to make you pay. You know what I'm saying? And so with a guy like Tank Davis, yeah, you can probably barely make somebody like Oscar Valdez miss. Yeah, it's a little easier to make somebody that's 35 years old like Jamel Herring barely make him miss. Or it might be easier to make somebody like Robson Conceição barely miss. But when you fight in a style that Shakur Stevenson fights in, the margin for error is so small, because if you misjudge that distance by half an inch, if you misjudge that distance by a centimeter, now you caught on the chin. And he's used to punches just barely going by his face. Whereas Tank, this is not disputed. This is something that I don't think anyone will argue. Tank will have better hand speed than anyone Shakur has ever fought. He will hit harder than anyone Shakur has ever fought. He will have better timing than anyone Shakur has ever fought. And he is more athletic than anyone Shakur has ever fought. And so when you look at this fight, it's going to be in the pocket. And you have one fighter in Shakur Stevenson that has to outpoint Tank to win, and he has to do it without ever getting hurt, to where Tank can get back in the fight. Oh, you get knocked down, now it's a 10-8 round. He has the smaller margin for error. He could be winning a fight and Tank catch him with the wrong shot, and now the fight is over. Tank Davis will win this fight because of all of these reasons, but he also has a larger margin for error. He can be down on the scorecards and still win a fight. He can be down 7-4 going into the last round. He can be down 8-3 going into the last round, and it won't matter, because that whole time he is dangerous from round 1 to round 12. Whereas Shakur Stevenson, he has had problems getting guys that are small, that don't have the chin that Tank Davis has. He has had problems getting those guys out of there. Guys like Robson Conceição, where he was, boom, full steam ahead, going for the knockout. It was very, very difficult for him. And he was fighting in a style that Tank Davis would eat alive if he tried to fight Tank Davis like that. And then the other key point is that Tank Davis is someone who is very cerebral in the ring. He don't just go out there, walk you down, throw 1,000 punches and knock you out. He thinks. He sees what you're doing. And if I, with my eyes, see that Shakur Stevenson, his defense with his hips, when you're throwing straight shots at him, he likes to pull straight back and barely make you miss. If you're trying to come over the top on him, he's going to dip down to his left, try to duck up underneath your punches. That's how he gets out of the way of people over and over again, off the strength of his reflexes have been better than everyone he's ever been in the ring with. His reflexes will not be better than Tank Davis. And you cannot go in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis and do the same shit over and over and over again and think that he's not going to pick up on it. He will pick up on it. He will end up catching Shakur, whether it be a straight left, but more importantly, probably be a right hook, because they're both going to be in a closed stance as they're both southpaws. And so I can see Shakur running into a right hook from Gervonta Tank Davis, whether it be to the body or up top. And then the other factor is that Tank Davis is a highly underrated defensive fighter. He's a highly underrated defensive fighter, so his defense is still top 15. When you look at his connect against percentage, it's still top 15 in the entire sport of boxing. And he's one of the most powerful punchers, and he's one of the best finishers, and he's one of the most accurate punchers in the sport of boxing. So he has all of that going for him. And on top of all of that, Shakur won't be able to get away from him. And Shakur doesn't have the power to walk him down. So they will either be in the pocket in the center of the ring, or it will be Tank Davis, the one moving forward. And guys are not able to move to fight Tank Davis going backwards. The only people that you look that had some success against Tank, you look at Mario Barrios maybe early in the fight. You look at somebody like Isak Pitbull Cruz into parts of that fight. And then you look at Rolly Romero in certain parts of that fight. It was guys that were strong, that were able to push him back, that were able to make him fight off the back foot, and even they started getting countered and got their ass beat. So Shakur Stevenson doesn't have that style. He abandoned his jab the last fight. He didn't have good transitions. If you go look at him, he was making Conceição miss, but he was not making him pay. He was not firing off those counters fast enough. And if you make Tank miss one, it's another one coming just as fast right back at it with a third behind that one. So that defensive style of just having good defense and eluding the guy, hoping that he stopped punching, Tank will not stop on Shakur. If he gets Shakur compromised, he is going to work him over, bro. And so Tank Davis has showed us too. The last point, he's knocked out everyone that or put down everyone that is taller than him, and Shakur is taller than him. The one guy that he didn't stop was Isak Pitbull Cruz, who's 5'2", and Tank was punching down. The other guy that he didn't stop was years ago. It was a 6-round fight. He was 1 inch taller than Tank, but Tank did put him down twice in that fight. And had the fight been an 8-rounder or a 10-rounder, he clearly had the dude hurt in the 6th round. It just wasn't a long enough fight, but he did put that dude down twice. So everyone that he's been in the ring with that has been taller than him, he has either stopped them or put them down multiple times. So he will be punching up at Shakur, which is what he's used to, which will make him a much more dynamic puncher than he was in, say, the Isak Pitbull Cruz fight. So Tank over Shakur because of his counter-punching ability, the accuracy of his punches, his explosiveness, and his power, and because Shakur has such a slim margin for error. You got Shakur that has to be perfect for 12 rounds to escape with a victory with Tank. Tank only has to be perfect for 1 second of a round, and the fight is over. And on top of that, he has just as good boxing skills. When you look at his ring IQ, you look at his accuracy, you look at his defense, and you look at how he transitions his defense to offense. When you look at all those things, you got to say that Tank Davis can box just as well, if not better, than Shakur Stevenson, on top of having that it factor of being able to end the fight at any moment with 1 punch. And that's my 3rd round.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, 2 minutes left, but okay, let's go. JC, baby, go ahead. Shoot your shot.
All right. So Shakur wins this fight. In boxing, we see boxer versus puncher. You generally always take the boxer over the puncher, right? And it's a couple things, reasons why I feel like Shakur wins this fight. A is his distance control. He controls distance very well when he's not trying to get too greedy and go and fight. His positioning. So it's not so much with Shakur. It's not so much about his foot speed and being able to step around and create angles. It's about his foot positioning, his body positioning, him being in position to be able to see. And that's the last thing. It's his eyes. He sees everything that's coming, right? So there's not going to be a shot that Tank Davis throws that Shakur does not see coming. Because when you look at his last since the Nakatilia fight, which would be Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez, Robinson Casasio, he's landed a career high in punches landed in each one of those fights. 164 against Herring, he stopped him in the 11th round. 189 against Oscar Valdez, stayed in the pocket. 189 against Valdez, and then 199 against Casasio. So one would think like, oh, okay, he's in the pocket more, so he's getting hit more. No, according to CompuBox, Jamel Herring, 87 punches landed through 11 rounds when he got stopped. Valdez, 110 through 12. Casasio, according to CompuBox, 60 punches landed through 12 rounds. So what he does is he positions himself to make you miss and make you pay on the other end. But now what we're seeing in him is a more offensive style where he is coming forward, right? He wasn't on the back foot against Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring was a bigger guy. In fact, if you go back to that fight, you listen to Bomac tell Jamel Herring to put his size, to use his size against Shakur because he is the bigger guy. What happened? Shakur still stepped forward and got it. He wasn't dancing around the ring with Valdez. He put the offense on Valdez and still didn't get hit. So that's 20% against Herring, 20% connect percentage total against Herring, 21% against Valdez, and then 12% against Casasio. And these are all fights in which he stayed in the pocket. He positions himself in a way to where he can, if he wants to be offensive, he can get his offense off where he can still see what you're coming back with. And that's where Shakur wins the fight. We often say, oh, you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. You got to be perfect for 12 rounds. It's not like we haven't seen a high IQ boxer just be perfect for 12 rounds in Devin Haney. Now that wasn't against a Tank Davis. However, it's not to say that he cannot be perfect because we've seen him put on master classes in the ring. That's what he does. He rises to the occasion of the opponent that's standing across from him. That's what he has. He has that dog in him. and he's going to, unless you can convince me that Tank Davis is going to throw a shot that Shakur Stevenson does not see coming, I don't think he wins this fight. I don't think he gets hit with a lot of jabs, and the thing is, he's not going to be sitting back waiting for Tank. It's not going to be a later stage Floyd Mayweather where I'm just waiting for you and you come. No, he's going to come to Tank Davis. He is going to come to Tank Davis. He's going to put the offense and he's going to control the distance. But the way he positions himself to be able to hit and not get hit, and then you throw to not get hit and then hit, that is what will win the fight for Shakur Stevenson. I rest.
All right. You got 6 minutes left. All right. You rest?
Good.
All right. Okay.
All right, so, yeah, I got you. So he started off phrasing this as a boxer versus a puncher, and that's not true. It's a boxer versus a boxer puncher. Like, Tank Davis is not just a puncher. Like, Edgar Berlanga, if you want to bring up a puncher, Edgar Berlanga is just a puncher, and we don't even know if he can do that no more. Tank Davis is a boxer puncher. Like, this ain't no boxer versus a puncher matchup. So that's one rebuttal right there. Like, Tank Davis can box his ass off. There is a reason that every time you hear Shakur Stevenson talk about Tank Davis, he says Tank Davis versus me. That is the super fight in the future. Not because he respects Tank's power, but because he respects his skill. So this is not a boxer versus puncher matchup. This is a boxer versus a boxer puncher. Now, the distance control point. Jay Chestnut brings up a point, and I understand. Shakur Stevenson has had good distance control to this point in his career. Well, a lot of guys were able to do things successfully up and until the point that they fought Gervonta Tank Davis. Up until he fought Gervonta Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz's style of being a volume puncher, being someone that is able to overwhelm you, that shit worked for him with every person he had ever been in the ring with, because he had avenged his only other loss. It got his ass knocked out in 6 rounds against Tank Davis. My brother Jose Pedraza, before fighting Tank Davis, his style of being herky-jerky, switching stances, doing all this extra shit, yelling in the ring, woo, 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 all that shit that he used to do, it worked up until the point that he fought Gervonta Tank Davis. So don't give me what Shakur Stevenson did against Oscar Valdez. Don't give me what Shakur Stevenson did against Jamel Herring or what he did against Nakathila as some sort of microcosm as to how that's going to translate to Tank Davis, because they ain't Tank and Tank ain't them. We can't argue that Tank is more explosive than all of them. We can't argue that Tank is a better boxer than all of them. We can't argue that Tank is more athletic than all of them. He checks all the boxes far more than all of those fighters that you mentioned, trying to make the point that Shakur Stevenson is going to somehow control distance with Tank Davis the way that he controlled distance against those fighters. You also made in your argument that Shakur is going to be walking to Tank, that Shakur is now fighting more offensively and letting his hands go more. When you let your hands go more and you fight in a more offensive style, that leaves you open more to counter punches. That leaves you open more to exchanges. So as a result, him fighting in this new style, trying to walk to somebody who has more knockouts than he has fights. Okay, you're going to walk to that guy. Good luck with that. Walking to him, trying to be more offensive, is going to leave him open more. And Tank Davis has proven, oh, I see you, Mario Barrios. You are trying to jab me. You are trying to keep distance. So I am going to paw your jab away. I'm going to paw your jab, make your jab non-existent, and I'm firing a left hand down the line against you. So do you not think that he is going to see, oh, Shakur, you trying to barely make me miss by pulling back every time I throw my left hand. So I'm going to use my feints. I will feint my left hand, make you lean back, and it's a fire-ass right hook coming right behind it. Tank Davis will see the tendencies, and he will see the moves that Shakur makes far better than anyone that Shakur has ever been in the ring with, bro. So miss me with the comparisons of people don't connect against Shakur. People do this. That's because he's never fought anyone as good as Tank. You got Shakur, got the lowest connect against percentage. You got Tank Davis, got the second highest connect percentage. Something has to give in this fight. Excuse me, but until someone goes 36 minutes without being touched by Tank Davis, I am
1
going
minute.
to that he is going to touch Shakur Stevenson because Oscar Valdez had minimal success. It ain't like when you said their names and shit, you said somebody landed 80. I heard that someone else landed 100 and something. Like, I did hear that. I didn't hear like, yo, they landed 0 punches against Shakur. I didn't hear, yo, they landed 5 punches against Shakur. Somebody landed 80. Somebody landed 100 and something. But yet somehow he couldn't control the distance 100% of the time against them. But he's going to control distance and he's going to be perfect against Tank Davis. Hell no. What's going to happen in this fight is that it's going to be an even boxing match. They're going to be even up until the point Shakur Stevenson miscalculates Tank Davis's explosiveness. He miscalculates how quickly Tank Davis can close distance with a shot. And then Tank Davis catches his ass with some hot shit, hurts him. And we all know that the odds of your ass recovering from Tank Davis is 3%. I'm out.
All right.
That 3% comment don't count. It was after the bell.
That shit don't count.
All right, JC, baby, come on. Give me what you got.
Well, I mean, okay, so a lot of the same things that KO said in his rebuttal round goes the opposite direction. You spoke about in your round that Tank Davis is top 15 and connect against percentage. Again, not a fighter with the talent of Shakur on the other side of him. He's tops in connect percentage, you just said in your rebuttal round. Again, not a fighter on the level of Shakur. Tell me this. Is any of those fighters that Tank Davis is number one in connect percentage against? Are any of those guys in the top 100 in connect against percentage? No, right? So they're guys that are there to be hit. Shakur Stevenson is not going to be there to be hit. That's what it is. Like, you can say just as easily as you can say that he can keep distance on guys that are not Tank Davis. It goes the same way because he hasn't been in the ring with anybody with the positioning, with the eyes. I keep going back to the eyes because as long as I can see everything coming, even if you hit me with it, I can roll with it. I can paw with it a little bit. I can do things to where that power does not hit me and I'm gone. A lot of the guys that he fighting, they walking in the shots. They don't have time to brace. Why? Because they don't see him coming. He's positioning himself to where he can see every shot coming. And despite what you say, even if Tank lands 110 punches, 120 punches, whatever he does, because Shakur can see everything coming, when it's thrown, before it's thrown, and he knows what's getting ready to happen, guess what? Now I can prepare for that. I can prepare myself. The shot that hurts you in boxing is a shot that you don't see coming. There won't be a punch in this fight that Shakur won't see coming. And I rest my rebuttal, man.
Ooh-wee. Man, 5-3 rounds, baby. Wow. Man, tell me what you think. Dub, right side.
So, man, in this round, man, I go to BF, man. Come back to me on this. Come back to me. I haven't made my decision.
Nah, man,
don't get nervous.
Just sway you, nah, cuz.
All right.
No.
Okay.
It ain't that. I'm gonna go through my points. I gotta see because I thought this was a close round. I go through them while I talk about it.
Hey, while he doing that, everybody put some hand clap emojis and some thumbs ups in the chat for me and my brother Jay Chestnut, man. Y'all
Yes,
put some hand clap emojis in the chat for my brother, bro. Go ahead, right side. My bad.
Man, so in this third round, man, KO, he came out talking about how Tank is the second accurate puncher. He talked about the counter punching ability, how he would feint, and that would be one of the ways he would be able to land. I believe he said the right hook. He could feint the left hand to land that right hook. He talked about the variation, the variety of different fighters, how Tank has fought a better variety than Shakur has. He talked about the lack of Shakur's footwork and how also he talked about how nobody Shakur's fought has the hand speed, the power, the time, and the athleticism of Tank Davis. He talked about how Tank has a larger margin for error than Shakur. Shakur would have to fight a perfect fight, and how the fight is probably going to take place in the pocket. And because it's taking place in the pocket, he's going to get that opportunity to land his power. He talked about how Tank is a thinking man in the ring, and how Shakur is straight back going to once again feigning and throwing that right hand. He talked about Tank's defense, or how Tank is one of the top defensive fighters, one of the most powerful fighters, and one of the most accurate punchers. He said, or you can't beat Tank with defense alone. With defense alone, you're gonna have to land punches on them. He talked about how Tank don't put down everybody taunting him, and how Shakur has to be perfect for 12 rounds, and Tank only has to be perfect for 1 second to end the fight. My brother Jay Chestnut, then he came in. He talked about how this was a boxer versus a puncher. Usually, fans like myself choose the boxer over the puncher. He talked about Shakur's distance control, how it's not necessarily about Shakur's foot speed, but it's more about his foot positioning. He talked about, and one of the things I really liked that he brought up was how Shakur sees everything that's going to be coming, and so he's going to be able to roll with those shots, take some of the pop off of them. Excuse me. He talked about how he's going to try to make you miss and pay, make you miss and then make you pay. He talked about how Shakur isn't just a back foot fighter. In his previous or in his latest fights, he's shown much more offense and coming forward in the fight. He talked about how he gets hit very little in the pocket. Then he brought up how if Devin can be perfect, Shakur can too. The problem I had with that was you sat there and said, although it wasn't Tank. Don't say that. Do not say that when you bring it up. But let me see. Yeah, so that was more or less that round. Going to the rebuttals, I thought one of the smart things KL brought up, Tank, he is a puncher, but he's a boxer puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's not just a puncher. I definitely agree with it. He talked about how what worked against other fighters for Shakur probably ain't going to be able to work against Tank. Then he went back and brought up, once again, the hand speed, the power, the timing, the athleticism, how he has more of that than any of the other fighters that Shakur has fought. Jay, he came back, man, and he said, hey, same thing with Tank. The lesser or he's had success against lesser competition than Shakur, and how the power from Shakur would not be the same because Shakur is going to see those punches coming. Man, it was a tough round for me in this one. I gave it a knockout. I got to say two things once again, Jay. Use your time, brother. Use your time. I wish you would have used all your time or used it better than you did. Also, I think once again, when you kind of discredit yourself when you say certain things like, although it wasn't against, I would say next time just say that, hey, this person was able to do it. Hell, Shakur is just as good of a boxer. Why he can't do it? You know what I'm saying? I gave it around a knockout though.
All right. All the smoke. What's up, Smoke? What you got, baby?
Yeah, I got a clean sweep for knockout. And ultimately it was the rebuttal, the attributes of Shakur playing into the strengths of Tank that did it for me. Both of them, their respective competition being a wash. You can't really project what they're going to do against each other based on their previous opponents. I agree with that part. But the way that you're describing how Shakur was going to, what Shakur did well and how he was going to beat Tank, that actually is kind of plays right into Tank's hands. So, knockout.
All right. We talking about the grave digger. We talking about the graveyard. What you got, BFTB, baby? What's happening?
First off, my homie JC, I don't know you, Brody. I respect you. That was your best round. Absolutely your best round. That was the round that you made me think. Because that was a good round. It was a very good round. I appreciate the direction that you went. I appreciate I appreciate what you did. But I think the only flaw that, and I was leaning towards you, you know, and KO's my guy. That's my brother. I was leaning towards you. And I'm like, okay, he got him. JC got him. And then you didn't go at that one piece that KO said. When KO said Shakur's going to get hit, right? You beautifully came back and said Shakur sees everything. He sees it. And you said the one that you don't see is the one that hurts you. That's what you said. That was masterful. I give you super respect for that. For that point, like I see the nuances in things. I don't be looking at the whole. I'm looking at because everybody knows this point, right? So there's nuances in there that's going to sway it this way or sway it that way. Where I wanted you to go that you didn't go is you didn't go farther into KO saying he's going to get hit. Like, what happens then? You know what I'm saying? So, like, when KO said, like, this man doesn't have fights where he is only got hit 5 times or only got hit this, you sort of helped him when you said he sees the punch. All right, well, Leo Santa Cruz saw that uppercut coming. He was looking right at it. There's several fighters that saw Tank landing shots. The outcome still happened. That's what I wanted you to do. If you would have went there, bro, you would have got me. I'm not even gonna lie. You would have got me. This was a very close round for me, but I gotta sway to KO specifically for that point. Nothing more, nothing less. Just that one point. I was rocking with you, dog. And I'm gonna let you know something. I'm gonna let everybody know, bro. I picked Tank to annihilate Shakur.
Nah, I heard you say it the other day. No, I heard.
You know, but but you literally had me. You had me like thinking when you were saying your points. That was beautifully done, bro. I give you mad respect for that one. But I gotta give it to KO because I wanted you to go in a little bit more on that one. When you didn't do that, you gave it to KO on that. But salute to you, King.
All right, man.
Hey,
That was a fine debate, man. Congratulations to
hell of a debate, though. Hell of a debate.
Yes, sir. And Jay.
Yeah, man. I would say for me, the first round was the best one for me. If you would have said something like, just told me how Shakur was going to be there, you went the T.O. Loma route for Stardom, and you didn't mention Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. I didn't know how do you leave that out of the top ranked stars that have been made top, like the stars been made a top.
Okay, I got you. I
don't even know how. That was just like wow. Anyway, but that was my favorite round for you. For
20 years ago, Smoke.
Hey, you've been doing that shit for a long time. That's what I'm saying.
You've been doing that shit about 20 years ago with goddamn all the parties you was
I'm saying you went farther back than that. You went to Iron Mike Tyson. You went to fucking Larry Holmes. Did you mention Muhammad Ali?
I guess y'all didn't. So I guess y'all had already gave me the round when I said Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Y'all didn't hear that? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, y'all didn't hear that. y'all didn't hear that. Like, bro, stop, bro. Stop. I do this. Come on, man.
That was the second round you said that one. Anyway, I'll talk about the first one. Anyway,
I got
you guys wrap it up.
Look, man, I gotta wrap it, bro. Let's get everybody last words. I know BF is busy, so let's get his last words. I know you got to judges.
Appreciate all the judges.
Appreciate every last one of y'all. BF, man, go ahead and get your last words.
And also, I loved your energy, man. Jay Chestnut, love the energy, bro. I love the energy. I love the perspective.
Yes, sir. BF, let them know where to find you, man. What you got going on?
Everybody know where I'm at, bro. I don't even gotta go. Nothing. They know. Everybody listening know who I am, and they know where it's at. They can act like they don't know where it's at. I just want to give my brother Jay Chestnut respect, bro. I don't know where you're at. I need to know where you. I like this brother, dog. I like him, man. He's not on the weird shit. He just straight debate, bro. He took an L. It is what it is, bro. I respect that more than anything, bro. Like, cause for me, like, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, bro. I know KO undefeated. This nigga right here with 2 thumbs is unfucking defeated. All right. So
hey, talking shit.
We'll have that. But I fuck with Jay, bro. I like this brother, bro. So I want to know where you at, so I can subscribe and I can follow you, bro. I like this brother. That's all I got.
You gonna hear it right now, BF, bro. I appreciate you as always, man. Keep doing your thing, dog. All right, peace, man. All right, Jay, let everybody know what you got going on. Everybody, we need to force Jay to start a goddamn channel. I know he got classes and all kind of shit. Jay got to start a channel around this bitch. Jay, let everybody know what you got going on, man. Or y'all know Jay about to smoke and shit. So Jay might call one of y'all ass out. Cause Jay don't duck no smoke. He might call one of y'all ass out. So y'all better listen carefully. Jay, go ahead and give your last words, man.
Nah, man. So to your point, man, me and OTB was talking earlier, man. So I do have a channel. I just don't be consistently putting content out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to start a little bit. I'm gonna see what my schedule look like tomorrow, and I'm gonna drop a few videos. It's called the Pound for Pound Sports Lounge.
Oh, yeah.
So we talk everything. We don't talk just boxing. We talk football. So this weekend, I'm looking to preview Dallas, Philly, and I want to do the breakdown of Buffalo, Kansas City from my perspective, and then I'll do a video doing all my picks for this week, as well as all my picks against the spread this week too, because I like to do that.
If you pick Philly,
I don't. I actually didn't. I can go ahead and spoil that.
Never come back.
I do got Dallas winning that game this Sunday, but
all right, cool. Yeah,
you good? You good with me, baby? You good with me?
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Lori Reed with the $25 in the cash app. I appreciate you, Lori. Thanks for showing love. But Jay, man, great debate. I told you what I was gonna do to you, though, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate the love, man. It ain't you know what I'm saying. It ain't no hard feelings, man. You know, like I say, man, legacy matters by who you get in the ring with. You feel me? So you take some L's when you fight the best. When the best fight the best, that's what you do. You take
do you have any debate anybody that you're calling out in the future, or do we need to?
Bro, I can't get it off my mind, bro. I don't feel like I got a fair shake against Coach, bro. I swear, bro. I still want my rematch.
I set something up. Send me a couple of topics and I'll get it coaching.
Bivol is Biv. I can tell you now, Bivol is his guy. So if he think Bivol can beat either Zerto or better BF, then holla at me. Because he was early on the Bivol train. So if he think Bivol can beat either one of those guys, I'm with it. Let's set it up.
All right, bro. That's a bit. I appreciate you coming up, Jay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
Already. Hey, best dad ever. I'm gonna take your goddamn wrench. I'm finna take your wrench. Get out of here with that Philly talk. The only one that can talk about Philly is BF and Bumpy. Bumpy can talk about Philly and BF can talk about Philly. Anybody else mentioning Philly, get out of here, bro. We ain't rocking with no damn Sheagles, the Seagulls, none of them, bro. Let me go to Smoke. Smoke.
What up? You can find me at Get the Smoke. Yeah, we talk about boxing. Just started doing content, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I take the morning shift right now. I'll be uploading some videos so we can chop up the finer points of stuff soon enough. But yeah, come check us out in live if you're, on your morning commute, whatever. Chop it up. Always a nice time chopping up over here. Knockout KQKC finally on the panel with you, man. I've been listening to you do your thing for a minute now. Yeah, man, I'm over here smiling and my camera's not on, but I'm sure you can hear the smiling voice. Dub right side already. A piece of that toxic ass chat you got fucking knockout. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with
Come on, dog.
They need a hug and goddamn Jesus.
He just mad. Hey, Smoke has a chance. Smoke is gonna be going for his first W next week. Smoke, you want to tell him about your debate next week?
Oh no, man! I like to be Emmanuel Burton of this bitch. Like I'm gonna let you guys keep robbing me and keep talking your shit. And I'm gonna go down in history like that, like the baddest man that can't get a W for fucking whatever reason.
Listen, man. Smoke has a debate next Thursday night, same time, 8:30. After I do my picks, it's gonna be him versus Q, the guy from the Lost Art of Boxing, the lab. They doing Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. That's gonna be a good one, man. So I can't wait to hear them brothers go at it. But Smoke, I appreciate you as always, man.
Hey, Smoke, represent for Dev.
Yeah, man. Q, your shit, right? Yeah. I see what you got to do. Now you like a little bit of civil war happening. I get you. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that one though. Peace.
Already, bro. I appreciate you, man. I'll holler at you. KQKC, the singing OG.
Yes, sir.
I know he's calling the fights this weekend. I know he's going live tomorrow. He go live 8 days a week, and it's only 7 days in a week. And man is live every damn day.
The drive don't stop, baby.
Yeah, don't stop, man. Appreciate you coming up, man. Let everybody know what you got going on and where to find you and all that good stuff.
Yes,
man.
sir. Of course, we're going to be live tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. And, of course, I will be calling all the fights Saturday. And hopefully you can join me. And, of course, find me and Knockout Boston right here at 9 o'clock Sunday morning, 9:00 a.m. Central Time. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
better be on time Sunday because we got so much to talk about. Y'all know how many fights it is this weekend. We got so much to talk about. So y'all better come through and
and
show
of
some
course,
love, man.
I will be having an interview with the young kid also. Okay, it's not at 11. He won't get in there to 12 o'clock. Okay, he won't get in there to 12, but we're still gonna start at 11 because I still got a lot to talk about. All right, so come on in and that's about it, man. All right, peace out,
Much
baby.
love, OG.
Already. All right, appreciate
All
it,
right,
KQ.
all right, I'm out of here.
Hey, I was reading the comment just now. Hey, Anthony Parker. That's Cap. That man you mentioned, I ain't gonna say his name. He posted, he called me out for a debate, never showed up, never gave no times or nothing. So that shit sound good. But he know where to find me, he know where to find everybody at, bro. Like he's more than welcome. If smoke is what he want, I set the shit up and we can get it popping. But ain't nobody ducking nobody on no boxing talk shit, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Go ahead, right side. Talk
And once
your
again,
shit, bro.
Hell of a debate. Fantastic, man. Salute to UKO. Great victory tonight, man. Salute to my brother Jay Chestnut. Regardless of him losing tonight, man, he always come with the smoke. And, man, got a lot of respect for the brother. A lot of respect. Shout out to KQKC, and a hell of a moderator, BF, and then Smoke, along with myself judging, man. I thought, man, it was a hell of a show. I appreciate you always allowing me to rock with you. Hey, man, y'all know what we doing over at Right Side, man. Rocking with Right Side. We've been having some hell of a interviews with the family, man. That's what we call everybody who come on the show, man. It's the family over there. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. And man, KO, always appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate you.
Already, man. Appreciate you coming through. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Look, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. We got another W, man. 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Did our thing. We came, we saw, we conquered. And we still got an open invitation to anybody that wants smoke, man. And don't forget, we got the debate next week, man. We got my brothers, Get the Smoke versus Q the Guy from the Lost Art of Boxing. They going at it on Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. That's going to be a great one. And watch boxing this weekend, man. Rewind the show to check out my picks. We got a real good record on the picks. I'm putting it on the line because we picking some upsets this week. We're going to see if we can reign supreme, get a couple of upsets, get a couple of big bags, man. We'll see what's popping this weekend. But shout out to everybody that came through, showed up and showed out. BFTB Boxing, Dub Right Side, Get the Smoke, Jay Chestnut, KQKC Boxing Network, all those brothers up on the panel. Y'all go subscribe to their channel. Go check them out and and go check out their content, man. They're doing great work. Again, shout out to BF. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Miss Knockout, Bumpy Thompson, Zulu Lion, Anthony Parker, JJ, same fight, different round. Best dad ever. Lori Reed, Zulu Line, I be who I be, Eric O. Let me see who else we had. Bumpy Thompson in the building. Weirdos love Mr. Shelton. What's up, Mr. Shelton? You slid through the back door. I ain't even see you, bro. Salute. Leon Robinson, King D, White Fight Fan. No one beats Dev already. Let me see here. Johnny Q was in the building. Everybody that showed up and showed out, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. God of Green, I see you. Dominic, I see you. Shout out to everybody, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Share the live stream. Let everybody know what we're doing over here. And if you want some smoke, you understand what I'm saying? Knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. If you want it with me, you want it with one of my brothers, or just anything you want to judge, you want to be a moderator, we are open to everyone participating. Just know that seat is hot. That seat is real hot. And we talk that boxing over here, so you better come with it. But I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.